I welcome all of you who managed to make it today, and I want to encourage us to make it a success, because success begins at Cavendish. My name is Godfrey Airanga. I am a law lecturer at the Faculty of Law at Cavendish University, Uganda. I am also the moot court coordinator, or what others refer to as the moot coach of this beloved university. I'll start this presentation by telling you what is a moot court. Mooting is a process through which we train our law students and expose them to the court life. So in a moot court, we give students a scenario of a moot problem, which is fictitious, and so they are supposed to look at that case study, draft arguments as if they are lawyers representing certain parties. For example, you could be representing a plaintiff, a defendant, an applicant, a respondent, so that now when they come to the moot competition, they are able to act and simulate as if you are in actual court. So for example, you'll find you have judges who could be lecturers, fellow students. You then have two students, one arguing for an applicant, another arguing for the respondent, and then you could be having other people now watching as the session is going on.
All of you sitting right here today as women, I want you to understand one thing. That is, in Cavendish, there is no discrimination when it comes to mooting. Whether you are a male or a female student, we are all equal here. Mooting is about how best you interact with the judge and how best you answer the judge's questions. That's all. Even if you're able to just say half of a page, but make sure you answer their questions, you will find your way out.
Through these moot courts, we can be able to make you better lawyers. Secondly, in the moot courts, we get for you imaginary facts. We place you in the field as a young law student, and we put you in the shoes of a lawyer, and we give you a side to defend. We can make you the applicant or the respondent, so that you start thinking as a lawyer.
I remember in my first moot, I knew nothing about the law. One, I was very nervous when it came to speaking in front of people. I may look like someone who's always chatty, but my first rounds were very scary. I was shaking, and I can tell you that now I'm much more confident. I can speak in front of people. My research skills are better. So those are some of the benefits of being a mooter.
Mooting, be it external, be it internal, it is the one guaranteed thing that will actually give you the necessary experience in relation to legal research and legal writing. You get to learn about particular rights that are not necessarily taught in classroom. It helps you develop your advocacy skills. I've mooted on an international level. I have been before the Ugandan court, I have been before the African court, and I've been before the ICC, the International Criminal Court. The Christoph Haynes African Moot Court competition gives you benefits. For instance, you participate in that moot court competition, you have a guaranteed slot to go and study LLM from Pretoria or any top-notch universities in South Africa. Finally, it will give you the practical experience.
Now, I'm here to tell you about those things that you can do to make sure that mooting and legal drafting or legal research is not stressful and is streamlined. If you cannot read your moot problem like this, you're not reading a moot problem. Are you underlining the key points in the moot problem? Or you just read the moot problem and then later when you come to making research, you cannot even relate back and fall back to the points that you read. Remember, when you're reading this moot problem, every single concept in there is important. Be it a number, be it a year, that timeline. They're very critical to how you finally do research, how you finally arrive at the arguments that you need mostly. When you're also reading the moot problem, take some time off and jot down the key legal terms. What do I not understand? The key legal terms that you don't understand, the key legal terms that you understand, because they're all going to be very, very relevant in your research. Then lastly, understand the competition rules. And then the most important thing that most students do not know is following lead. In research, following lead is very critical. How do you follow leads? I've asked the first question, what is human trafficking? But human trafficking is going to give me a certain definition which is not satisfactory, and I need to follow that lead to first understand that point that was not very specific or satisfactory for me. So you follow that lead.
I'm going to talk about the technicalities of legal research. Legal research, as he has told you, it's the art of actually finding out what the judge wants and bringing it onto the table. Now, that question is usually a hard question to answer. The legal principle is basically what area of law are we looking at? Now, we move on to what we call secondary sources. Now, secondary sources are sources that explain a different legal principle. Now, secondary sources include textbooks, legal dictionaries, online sources. When you get to know all these secondary sources and perspectives of different people about the area of law you are going to deal with, it makes you understand what the law is expected to achieve. Then, after that, we move on to the primary sources. Now, primary sources, these are legislations or laws. Primary sources are where we do not have a debate. Primary sources are usually enshrined and get their fundamentality from the Constitution. In Uganda, that's Article 79, Clause 1. You need to know the jurisdiction in which you are and what are the binding laws within that jurisdiction. So as long as you have that checklist, in an hour's time, you can handle any problem question and finish it.
I've been tasked to talk about drafting legal arguments. A legal argument is the substance of the reasons for the claim before court. Why are you here? It is that which is presented or submitted to court before the oral rounds, before the oral presentations. So it is marked out of impression. Number one, it must have a cover page. It will also highlight which party is making the presentation, which party is authoring the submissions, the memorial. So you will also have a space where you put memorial for the applicant, memorial for the petitioner, memorial for the respondent. 2, table of contents. That is the next thing. Item number 3 for the memorial is a table of abbreviations or a list of abbreviations, really. Number 5.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thank you for being a part of the event today, the official unveiling of the Cavalier University Alumni Association. I have to start by introducing myself. I'm going to be the MC for today. My name is Adedeji Oluwafemi Adepoju. Sorry, don't mind if you cannot pronounce it. It's a Nigerian name. We always have very lengthy names. So let me welcome everybody. I want to welcome our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Olive Sabiti. Thank you very much for being here today. I was talking to Natasha. I said I think I give her a lot of more respect today. She was part of the first people who showed up here today, and it shows that she's a person of high character and good quality in terms of how she sees and honors the event. So thank you once again, ma'am, for being here today. We really celebrate you. Want to move to welcome our ED, Mr. David, for being here as well. Thank you very much for being around. We want to welcome all. Yes, that's Mr. David. We want to welcome all student association presidents, all the alumni that are here. We don't take your presence here for granted. We really appreciate you for coming to grace the occasion today. I'm just going to introduce myself. Like I said, I'm an alumni as well. I'm currently a student of Cavendish University. I'm wrapping up my program in the Masters of Security Studies next year, by the grace of God. I'm at dissertation level right now. So for me, Cavendish has been a part of my life since 2020, and I can say I've not regretted making that decision. It has challenged me. It has helped me to become a better person. And so when the opportunity came for me to serve on the as the General Secretary for the Nigerian chapter, I took it with all gladness, because trust me, if you're not in Cavendish, you're not anywhere. Let me say that. I'm proud of the university. So it's up to you to fight yourself about it. But I believe that if for everyone who has gone through the academic structure of the university, will say for sure that it has really helped us to become better persons from the way we are handled at lectures and every part of it. And I must say as well, we are being taught by seasoned educationists, professors from very reputable universities all over the world, from Kenya, people who have a lot of experience. And I can say I really want to appreciate the management for going that far to give us the very best at the university. Thank you once again for being here. We cannot start without the opening prayer. So at this point, I'm going to welcome Mr. David Olinga to give us the opening prayer before we start. Thank you once again.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bow our heads for a quick prayer. Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for this day. We thank you for the gift of life. We thank you for the wisdom that you have provided us. We thank you for the team that has organized this event. And Father, as we have gathered here, Father, may you bless us, restore us, and bring connection, partnerships, and connectivity in our lives. Father, we thank you, Father, for the all details that we are going to do here. May you bless our works, all the activities that we plan to carry out as our organization. Father, may you strengthen us, bring us closer as a university, and strengthen our works. In Jesus' mighty name I believe and we prayed.
Amen. All right, thank you. He said I was going to speak in tongues, but I discouraged him not to do that so I won't make it a church service. All right, but thank you for not speaking in tongues. That will have taken maybe an hour for us to get over that. All right, so also I want to acknowledge the presence of Mrs. Fiona Nabasa. She's our keynote speaker today. Thank you for being here today. Also, I want to welcome I want to acknowledge the presence of Mr. Akin from the Nigerian High Commission, representing the Nigerian High Commissioner today. I also want to acknowledge the presence of Mokono Campus leader. Thank you very much for being here today. Also, we acknowledge Mr. Wilson Musingozi. If you don't know him, I think you are not in Cavendish. I get a lot of emails from him. Please do the survey, write the survey, fill the survey for this semester. So he's somebody that's also a very instrumental part of Cavendish. Thank you very much for being here today. Like I said, I've acknowledged all the association presidents, the guild presidents, both past and present, and everyone also. I must not forget, please also appreciate Mr. Bernard for being part of our event. He's the Dean of Students. Thank you for being here. Also, Mrs. Mary Nabantazi, the Student Life Officer. Also, Mr. Okurut for being here. He's the pioneer president of the Alumni Association. Sorry if I don't mention you, but we are all welcome and we appreciate your presence. Taking us further in the event for today, I'm going to call Natasha to come and give us the welcome address and the event overview as we proceed into the event for today. Thank you all very much. Natasha, you are welcome to take the floor. Please, let's clap to appreciate her. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Femi. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for honoring our invite. Thank you for coming. On behalf of Cavendish University, Uganda, it's really my honor and great pleasure to welcome you to this significant milestone and historical occasion. Today we'll be unveiling Cavendish University Uganda Alumni Association and its international chapters. And our theme today is that success continues after Cavendish University. So allow me to begin by recognizing and appreciating the distinguished individuals who have joined us today. Today in the room, we have our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Olive Sabiti. We have our Executive Director, Mr. David Mutawanura. We have our Dean of Students, Mr. Chan Bernard. We have our Campus Director, Dr. Okumu Michael. We have heads of faculties as well as CUU staff. We have our invited representatives from the Nigerian High Commission. And also we have chapter presidents, the presidents for the different chapters that we have in Tanzania, Democratic Republic of Congo, Nigeria, South Sudan. And also we have our guest speaker, Mrs. Fiona Nabasawal. We have student association leaders from Cavendish University, Uganda. We have an association for Ugandan students, Nigerian students, South Sudanese, Tanzanian, as well as the Democratic Republic of Congo, because we want to be able to create a liaison between those associations as well as the alumni chapters so that we can create continuity as the students exit. And of course, the entire alumni body. So thank you all for joining us. Your presence means a lot. As I had already mentioned, today we'll be unveiling the chapters of the Cavendish University Uganda Alumni Association. And this is an initiative that we've worked on that is aimed at connecting our past and our future. We want to be able to connect our graduates with each other, but also to be able to support our university to expand across the different African network and also influence collaboration. So as you may all already know, Cavendish University Uganda is an international university with over 49 nationalities. And for so many years, our students have graduated and gone ahead in the different countries to make great strides. So what is missing is a unified platform, and we want to be able to achieve that through these different chapters. Because our students are from diverse countries, when they graduate, they move on to these countries. So how we can create a unified alumni body is making sure that they are still connected with each other, and we can be able to tap into those communities in the different countries through these chapters. And so that is what gave birth to these chapters. They'll keep expanding as we go on, but as of now, we have a chapter in Tanzania, we have one in Nigeria, one in Democratic Republic of Congo and South Sudan, and we hope that the different initiatives these chapters will be able to carry out will also birth the other chapters in the different other countries until maybe we are able to reach all the 49 nationalities that we have. So some of the things that we hope to achieve with this initiative is lifelong engagement. We want to be able to have graduates who experience CU not just as a stage of life, but as a lifetime community. And so we want it to be a place where they can return for opportunities, but also where they can hold the hands of the students that we have there to be able to mentor them, to be able to give them access to the different opportunities, and also work with them on different initiatives. We also want to have shared success and contribution where our alumni can grow together professionally, socially, and also intellectually. And of course, we want to be able to use this as a platform for global visibility and influence. So through these chapters, we'll be able to, our alumni can become ambassadors for the CUU across their different organizations as well as the countries where they come from. So in essence, this alumni association and its chapters is a bridge linking different alumni of Cavendish with potential and purpose across the different regions where they come and borders as well. So we hope that today we'll be able to interact, we'll be able to engage, we'll be able to reunite. I know we have people who have flown in, like the president of the South Sudanese chapter came all the way last night and they arrived this morning. So thank you so much for coming. We also have Mr. Issa, the president of the Cavendish University Uganda Alumni General Association, who is also arriving in Entebbe right now coming. So this is such a good thing. So today we will, just to give you an overview of the event, we'll have an opening address from our executive director, and then we'll have a keynote speech from Mrs. Fiona Wall, and then we will we'll hear from Mr. James Okurut, who was the first ever president of the Cavendish University Uganda Alumni Association. He'll take us, he'll take us through the history, how this started, where he thinks it is now, and maybe his ideas on some of the things that we can do to progress. And then we shall also have, we shall officially unveil the emblems of the different chapters, and we shall hear a word or two from the different representatives of the chapters and what their plans are for engagement going forward. And then, of course, we'll have closing remarks from our dear Vice Chancellor. Personally, I'm looking forward to seeing our alumni connect and reconnect. I'd like to know also what the leadership of the university thinks about this and how we're going forward, and also the chapters that we are going to unveil. And most importantly, I hope that I'll be able to see this room come alive with new ideas, partnerships, possibilities, and engagements, even especially for mentorship for our students that we have at the university. So thank you so much once again on behalf of the university, who are the conveners of this meeting. Thank you so much for believing in us and for coming today. Have a great session.
Thank you very much. All right, thank you very much, Natasha, for the detailed welcome address. As she was talking, something came into my mind, and I just remembered that Cavendish right now have over 49 nationalities. And come to think of it, there are few times in the world where you have those amount of nationalities come together under one umbrella. Is that you're having the United Nations General Assembly, or you're having the African Union Commission's event or something. So we are very international like that. So you need to give us some respect that we can convene all these nationalities. And there has been no chaos, actually. So that's another thing, to convey those nationalities under one umbrella and still be able to succeed at it is one thing that we must really commend the management for doing that for us. So we are more or less like the United Nations of the Universities of Uganda. So let's celebrate ourselves. So for having this amount of nationalities, because as she has said, for us, our vision is to able to reach all these countries and able to establish our presence there. And with that, we are going to take Uganda to the world for us to see that we have what it takes in the Pearl of Africa to actually, be the best at what we do. And so far, so good. Like I've said, Cavendish University has proven to be a leader and a pace setter in all the institutions in Uganda. And we believe that this alumni association is going to further, give us that respect and the presence that we already have in the country. And I must say, with no apology, I think this is the first of its kind for alumni associations in Uganda, for us to do this official unveiling. And we should not take this, we should not take our presence here for granted, because we are starting something great, and we believe it's going to have a lasting impact in the country. Without taking too much of our time, I want to welcome our ED, Mr. David Mutabanura, to give his opening address on the topic, the future to global influence, leading with purpose beyond Cavendish. Please let's also celebrate him as he comes to give his welcome opening address. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, MC, and thanks, Natasha, for a very nice introduction. As you spoke, the two of you, I realized that I could just keep quiet, because you literally had started it all well of what I would have wanted to say. But all the same, since I have the stage, I'll profit from it to give a few remarks. I would like to recognize the protocol that was already outlined, but specifically call out the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Olive Sabiti, our keynote speaker today, Madam Fiona Wall. Always a pleasure to have you at our university. The campus director, Dr. Michael Okumu. We have a representative of the High Commissioner of Nigeria to Uganda, His Excellency Ambassador John Shamashaga. That is Hakim. You can stand for recognition. Then we have got our management, including our Dean of Students and former Careers and Employability Manager, Bernard Ochan. Then, of course, Natasha, who I mentioned earlier on, our Acting Careers and Employability Manager. We have got the chairperson of the Cavendish University Uganda Alumni Association, Ahmad Issa, who they said is on the way, coming here. And then his predecessor, Mr. James Okurut. You can stand up again for recognition. Cavendish University, and then our other staff that are present here. Cavendish University has got a distinction for being student-centered, and there is no way I would not call out our guild president that is fresh, His Excellency Prosper Senyonga. Over there at the back, very proactive. And there is also a former guild president. Would you like to stand up? There is only one former guild president. He's a lawyer, just like Fiona Wall. And everybody in your distinguished capacities, particularly the chairs of the various alumni chapters. I have great pride as well as optimism this morning presiding over, participating in this event where we unveil our alumni chapters and reignite our association for alumni. We hope that this can be a shared and vibrant future that we are starting today on the foundation of a truly global community, which the MC had started to speak about, because he said at any one time we have more than 40 nationalities at Cavendish University, Uganda, hailing from more than 4 continents. We can clap to that, because can you imagine Cavendish? When I studied in school, in university, my first university, we were only Ugandans. When I went for a master's in Uganda again, it was another institution. We were primarily Ugandans. I can't recall. There was maybe one Nepalese and one European. But you see, it was just about 3 nationalities. So we're very lucky to have this broad diversity at Cavendish University, which means that it stages us to have global impact. We would like to not be just a diverse community, but a community that also aspires for excellence. The university is already a beacon for internationalization as well as academic quality, with distinction for technology-enabled teaching and learning, and holding firmly on our position as East Africa's, the university in East Africa that has the largest international student population, at any time in excess of 2,000. I always say that we are the second in terms of cultural diversity after United States International University of Africa, but they've been here almost 60 years. We've been here 18 years, so we've done quite some work in the 18 years that we have been around. So you could almost say diversity is the distinguishing feature of this institution It is our DNA. Ever since we started, Cavendish has always had this tradition of internationalization. And we've gone on to build it in our staff. People here will not probably believe me, but 1 out of 5 of our teaching staff are international. 1 out of 5. I haven't gathered the statistics, but it's very likely that we are the most diversified university when it comes to teachers or staff. Our vision is to be a center of excellence, innovation, and transformation, and our mission is to transform and inspire our students to reach their full potential in employment, in entrepreneurship, and in ethical leadership. And you, our alumni, are the living proof of this diversity and the global impact that we are already making, but also seeking to expand through that mission. I hope that we can see ourselves as a very powerful and vast network of leaders, innovators, and entrepreneurs that stretches from Juba to Lagos, from Dar es Salaam to Mogadishu, from Goma, Kigali to Bujumbura, to Kinshasa, to Banjul in Gambia, to Khartoum, and across the globe. Where do we see ourselves going into the future? It will be shaped by technology, and in our case, by transformation and expansion. First, that technology will be driven by innovation. So as a university, we are committed to continuing to be a center of excellence, innovation, and transformation, as our vision states, with new programs in informational and technological sciences like AI and data sciences, where, as you know, we're the first university in Uganda to bring those programs into teaching reality. But also in the many other fields of law, of socioeconomic sciences, and business, supported by the world's leading and best platforms. Those of you who have graduated more recently, you are aware that we have got platforms like Ripen, which is the world's largest work-based learning platform. And we're the first university in Africa to onboard on that platform. We're the first university in Uganda to onboard on Coursera, which is the world's largest massive open online course provider. Cubicle, which is a financial and technology literacy platform. Many of you have used our Clannad platform, which is a third-generation platform, but I dare guess probably the most advanced in this country. And more are coming, I can assure you. Now, as alumni, we need to mirror that. We need to leverage technology, for example, to have a seamless digital platform for networking, for mentorship and knowledge sharing. So the Careers and Employability Office needs to, bear that in mind, to work collaboratively with the Alumni Association to realize that. Through technology, we can host virtual masterclasses led by alumni experts in emerging fields. Through technology, we can provide career development resources that are globally accessible, supporting our unique value proposition, which is to prepare you for gainful employment and entrepreneurship globally. The university last year got into an engagement with 8B Finance, which opens the door for our students to more than 600 higher educational institutions in the global north for master's or postgraduate studies on loan, but you see, you have a chance that others would not have. We are currently having discussions with a group of universities in the US that is called the Historically Black Colleges and Universities, HBCU, again, which presents a big opportunity for knowledge exchange, student exchange, staff exchange, etc. With respect to growth, the university this year unveiled its own campus in Mukono, and our campus director is here as testament for that, Dr. Michael Okumu, together with his team. This milestone will unleash our full potential through new collaborations and expanded influence, and we hope that it will also stage us for the acquisition of charter in a few months from now. As the Alumni Association, this growth translates into establishing formal chapter networks across cities and regions in Africa and strategic international hubs, driving advocacy and brand visibility in new markets, supported by the internationalization efforts that I mentioned earlier on, and connecting our 4 faculties of law, science and technology, business and management, and socio-economic sciences through Pan-African alumni groups. And then third is amplifying ethical leadership and societal impact. As an alumni community, you are the engine of that mission of ethical leadership and societal impact. Through the way you mentor others and through the way you seek mentorship. I always tell people that there are 5 relationships that you should always have if you want to be successful at any time in your life. 5. You should have a mentor. The mentor is your North Campus. They help you to guide you professionally and otherwise. Consequently, you should also be a mentor to somebody. So you should have a mentee relationship. It helps you to also grow personally. Let me tell you, I have some mentees, and one time I asked for feedback from one of the mentees. I said, tell me, is there something that I could improve? And he shocked me. He said, well, you're generally all fine, but I noticed that your LinkedIn profile has got so many skills. I counted 146 of them, and that doesn't look right for somebody like you. Now you see, these are the Gen Zs who are very tech knowledgeable. I don't know how those skills had got onto my profile. I think there was auto addition, so I had to go and amend it. So it's good to have a mentee relationship. Then it's good to have a sponsor wherever you are, somebody who can advocate on your behalf, who can get you out of big trouble even. And then you should have a peer or a partner, somebody that you can bounce off ideas without fear of judgment. And then finally is you should have a competitor, somebody who, in a good way, of course, competes with you and you compete with them, so that at every time when you see them, reaching a new milestone, it stimulates you to also aspire to that milestone, and vice versa, in a nice way. So, the other areas of where we can have societal impact, that was on a personal note, to encourage you to have those 5 relationships at the back of your mind as you move on in your own paths. But then research and collaboration, you as alumni can partner with the university on research, policy and entrepreneurial ventures that address critical African challenges. Our innovations and entrepreneurship manager, Edison, is out of office at the moment, but that office is undertaking so many ventures that you as alumni can go to seek support, for example, for patents, for new ideas, for assistance with acceleration, getting funders, and so on. But then also in ethical leadership as role models who demonstrate the highest standards of integrity, reflecting the ethical leadership we instill in our students. Cavendish, as the MC said, we're very lucky that we continue to have very responsible students, very good interactions between management, staff, and students, but also with students and the community. And I mentioned somewhere this week during the installation of the new guild president that one time I went to Kabalagala Police and the chief there told me that Cavendish is unique because the university never gets its students. I mean, the university students never get into trouble, at least by his reports. So it is something that we need to maintain. What does the future look like in terms of the goals and objectives that you should be aspiring to as the alumni body? I would sum it in 3 words or 3 pillars. You can remember it by the acronym ACI: advocacy, connection, and impact. With respect to advocacy, we see you as ambassadors of our university in your respective countries and sectors, calling on you to promote our university for its unique value proposition, which is to prepare and help each and every student to reach and gain employment, entrepreneurship, and global citizenship. Meaning that the university can continue to attract the next generation of African leaders. With respect to connection, we hope that, as an alumni association, you will establish a robust, interconnected mentorship and networking framework through the chapter networks across Africa and leveraging digital tools to share expertise, job opportunities, and industry insights to ensure that the Cavendish degree remains very, very relevant and valuable throughout your career. And then for impact, it relates to ethical leadership. Basically, to ensure that you are able to initiate and support community and entrepreneurial ventures that reflect our commitment to ethical leadership, that your work, the quality of it reflects the same attributes. And that this association can actually become a catalyst for change, leveraging your collective wisdom. I know people like Brian Aruho, the former president of the guild, he posts a lot. I follow him, so I know the great ideas that he posts. He's a graduate of law, so we can combine all the expertise that we have got at our university across our faculties in order to influence and solve the problems that we face. Now, coming towards the end, what is our commitment as a university? We pledge to support you in building a vibrant, connected, and impactful alumni community by 1, providing the dedicated resources, ensuring that our careers and employability office has, on an ongoing basis, got specific focus for our alumni community in terms of the operational, financial, and administrative support needed for you to execute your objectives. 2, the second is facilitating technology. You see, at Cavendish, technology is second nature. Everybody is very technology savvy. In fact, Natasha is a graduate of a technology degree. So surely there is no way. And she by the way, she's an inventor. She invented a platform. So she's an She's an inventor, an entrepreneur. She has helped us a lot with some platform developments. So we hope to use these kind of state-of-art digital platforms to enable seamless cross-border networking and engagement. And then third is also to encourage collaboration through formal avenues of alumni for you to input your ideas in curriculum design, institutional strategy, and student affairs, and building bridges between our diverse alumni across the 4 faculties and the world. The university has now put in place faculty advisory panels, which are very heavily influenced and supported by the Careers and Employability Office, and it is a requirement for alumni to participate on those faculty advisory panels. So you should be working closely with Natasha to ensure that that slot is fulfilled in each of the faculties. We also have a requirement on our university council to have an alumnus or an alumna. Again, that is a slot that you need to challenge our Vice Chancellor to ensure that you are always well represented. And then, of course, opening our doors to you to join us as staff, as teachers, as guest lecturers. And that as a university, we can elevate the CUU brand by demonstrating ethical leadership and entrepreneurial excellence wherever we operate, so that what we do at the university also reflects within your environments. Dear ladies and gentlemen, I would like to ask you to seize the opportunity to make our university not just a center of excellence, but the undisputed hub of African global talent. We would like to be a model university in Africa that is known for student outcomes in employability, entrepreneurship, and ethical leadership. Thank you for joining us today. The table is set. The unveiling is happening. Let us now go forth and build the future that we envision. Thanks for listening to me, and God bless.
Thank you very much for the wonderful speech. Let's appreciate him for the wonderful speech. All right. So, one of the things that struck me while he was talking is from the events that we have seen happen in the world right now. With I don't want to mention name of countries so that I don't get picked up. I'm no more in Uganda the next minute. So we see what's happening all over the world with the withdrawal of funds from all major international development funding. I don't want to mention names as well, but I think it's high time for Africa to rise up and take its place in the world. And one of the ways we can do it is through the true Pan-African spirit that we need to imbibe, and we need to take our destinies in our own hands and stop depending on the international organizations to do things for us. And I will gladly say that I think Cavendish can be called a Pan-African university, though that is not the name of the institution, but I think it's a Pan-African university. And with that diverse culture that we have, we can actually do a lot with it if we really harness all the talents. Because I'm from Lagos, Nigeria, born and bred there. I've had opportunity to meet people who are from Zimbabwe, who are from Zambia. There was a funny story I want to tell. During my first year, we were doing a course on national forensic and national security. And so we were at Mulago Mortuary. We went to examine post-mortem. Though it took a lot of us, a lot of courage to get into the mortuary. So there was somebody among us who was a student who was from Comoros Island. Please, all of us know Comoros Island? Cavendish University has a student from Comoros Island. So it was so intriguing that we didn't even call him by his name. We were calling him Comoros. So he got to a particular point in time, he got upset, said, my name is Abdullah, I'm not Comoros. So we had to start calling him by his name. So that shows that the reach of the university is beyond our imagination. So if someone can hear about us from Comoros Island, it means that we are doing something good. It means that the university is on the right track. And just like what the ED has said, we are ambassadors of this university, and wherever we go, we must, carry ourselves with a lot of dignity. We must carry ourselves with a lot of respect, so that when people, because it's so funny, that when you do something, maybe illegal or something bad, there are some questions that people begin to ask that even, what school did you even go to? You'd be surprised that people start asking those questions, what kind of school produced such a person? And you'll be wondering, from that, they will go to what family did this person come from? So we must see ourselves as ambassadors, and at every point in time, we must be able to represent university in a way that, gives a lot of good visibility to the university and actually helps us to get more people. I can proudly say for myself, I've brought 5 people from Nigeria to study with university. And I'm still going to do more of telling people about university. One of them has graduated and has gone back to Nigeria. He even brought his younger sister to study university. She's currently doing law right now. So that's how much I'm proud of the school and how much we should able to use this avenue to be able to reach out to people about university. And so also, he mentioned something that is called ACI, which I think we need to integrate into the alumni program, which is advocacy, connection, and impact. Yeah. How many of us know when Donald Trump withdrew the funds from Harvard University? We all heard about the story, how the alumni body was able to come together to raise funds for the university. So in as much as he has talked about there's provision for funding from university, I think we should have the mentality of giving back to university more than we want to take from the university, because I think university has given us a lot. So this is not an opportunity for us to depend on university. It's a time for us to be able to give back to university in our different chapters and in our different positions where we find ourselves. So I also want to mention something that he said. Mr. Davis said that technology is the second nature of Cavendish. I joined Cavendish during COVID-19 period, and I can say that amongst all the universities in Uganda, Cavendish was one of the only schools where people were still studying during COVID. We need to really celebrate the amount of effort that, it's really amazing. During COVID-19, we were amongst, even not in the whole of Africa, very few universities were still studying online. And we're able to do that effortlessly, for the period of when the COVID-19 period was there and, it went through. So these are one of the achievements, the things that the university has given to us. So this is now on us to give back to the university, and I hope that this event is not just going to be a time for us to just come here and just talk, but we want action. Want us to start taking action after today. Okay, without wasting too much of our time, sorry, I have to put in some little. To be the MC is not really easy. I'm sweating right now, but I'm just trying to brave it. All right, that was just a joke. Okay, so we're going to go to the next phase of our event, and we'll be introducing our keynote speaker. But before I do that, I would like to introduce her, let us have a bit of who she is and what she's also an alumni of the school, and she's doing us very proud. So it's important that we introduce our keynote speaker properly before we bring her up to the stage. Okay, just a minute. Sorry, technology gaps. Okay, yes. I would like to introduce to us Miss Fiona Wall, Gladys. I'm just going to read a bit of her biography so that we get to know who she is. She's our keynote speaker for today. Miss Wall is a notary public, chartered arbitrator, certified insolvency practitioner, and ESG consultant who specializes in institutional development and competition regulation with over 17 years experience in the water, telecom, and legal sectors, currently serving as executive director of the Fidelis Leadership Institute, which in partnership with the COMESA Competition Commission trains East Africans in competition regulation. She also serves as a managing partner of Nabasa & Co. Advocates, a corporate and commercial law firm in Kampala. She's also a former president of the Uganda Law Society. She has served as the CEO of the League of East African Directors and also a council member of the Judiciary Council, ICA, MEK, and CADA Arbitration Center, and Tech for Uganda boards. Fiona was awarded the EEL 2018 Talent to Watch Award and is a two-time awardee of the New Vision 40 Under 40 Award 2018 and 2020, and the French-German Elysee Peace and Reconciliation Award in 2021 for the effort towards fighting for the rule of law in Uganda. She was awarded Africa's Top 50 Leaders by the African Law Tech Festival in 2020. She was also awarded the Best In-House Counsel Award, promoting regionalization and cross-border legal practice by the East African Law Society in 2023. She's an ardent advocate for ethical leadership under our mantra, faithful, available, teachable. Please let us give a round of applause as we welcome Miss Fiona Gladys-Wall to give our address as the keynote speaker for today. Please, we can do more than that. Let's celebrate her. With all these awards, we need to celebrate all the awards that she has gotten.
Thank you very much. Can we clap for a fantastic MC? I was telling our Vice Chancellor that he is a whole one-man marketing department for Cavendish, yeah? So our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Olive Sabiti, our Executive Director, Mr. David Mutabanura. I should read it in Mutabanura. The Dean of Students, Campus Director Mkono, our heads of faculties, all CUU staff. I invited Ambassador, our representative from the Nigerian High Commission, our representatives that I've heard about from the Democratic Republic of Congo, South Sudan, Tanzania, chapter presidents and committee leaders, student association leaders, Mr. President, and members of the alumni. Good morning. Good morning. I want to thank our Executive Director because I was very, very inspired by that speech. Can you give it a big hand clap? One thing they've not told you is that I've been a continuing student of this university for a while now, because I started in COVID when I was president of Uganda Law Society, and I had bitten off too much. So now I'm finally completing my course very soon. So I am actually also a student member of Cavendish. And my husband as well. So this family has benefited greatly from Cavendish University. So somewhere there are people that have corner offices. Somewhere there are people that have private jets. Somewhere that there are people that seem to have it all. But it all started somewhere. In a campus, in a classroom, with noodles, right? Yes? Those quick meals. I remember my campus experience was not very good. We used to call our Mary Stewart food maram. It was rice, but it was cooked in such a deplorable way that it looked like maram. So what I and my roommate used to do is we bought chopsticks and would get our maram and refry it with onions and tell ourselves that we were eating vegetable fried rice with chopsticks. So every student, campus is a place of dreams, yes? It's a place of aspirations, but it's also a place where a lot of dreams get crushed because there's also a lot of bad decisions. I have a friend of mine who studied in Harvard. You'd be surprised. He told me that a lot of American students go to university to drink and test drugs. So he told me that he was doing very well on the party scene until he woke up in the ICU. He was on a gurney and he was being revived. He was completely naked. He didn't know why he was naked. He just eaten some, what are they called? Cookies. And he woke up there. And that's the day he realized, oh my God, I am making a big mistake. I'm proud to say that he is, a state attorney in Washington, D.C. Yeah? So what am I saying? The fact that you're alumni, you should clap for yourselves. It means that you made it. It means that you committed. It means that you finished. And sometimes it's more important how you finished than how you begin. So the real world is already in full swing for a lot of you, and the control room is the campus, as we've said. It's also like a true north in that way. Every single transformation that will dominate the next 30 years of your lives will be influenced by someone you met at the campus, a lecturer, somebody that gave you a first job. And they're going to stress test you. A lot of the things that you are going to do, whether you do a master's, whether you change course, is going to be based on your first undergraduate degree. But what nobody tells you about is that the most important thing you're doing while on campus is building relationships. So an alumni association is a fantastic place to meet people, to build relationships and build friends for life. And hopefully even find mates for life. Yes? So I'm a bit disappointed that we don't have more people here. But I want you to join me in thanking Cavendish University that they're doing this for the alumni. Usually an alumni would be on their own. So what we call the campus effect is that thing that explains why for the next 30 years, the people that will be seated on your table when your children are graduating, when your children are getting married, who will come to visit you in hospital when your grandson has a child, are mostly people that you're going to see on these tables. So isn't it very important to invest in such relationships? You are going to wake up and one day you'll walk into, this is my story right now, almost every courtroom I walk into has either a class teacher that taught me or a classmate or somebody at the bench. And across the other side is also some co-counsel who I know I have either mentored, been mentored by, or is a peer or colleague and falls in those categories. Relationships. They're very, very important. Something that Cavendish stands for powerfully is diversity. I keep telling everybody that diversity is the one clear communication we have from nature. That to succeed, we need to embrace diversity. From nursery school, we are told to be uniform. We are put in the same clothes. We are sat in the same way. We are taught to sing the same songs in the same way, right? Aren't we? But do you know what that is? It's an attempt by man to control another man. It is not an attempt for you to be at your best. I tell people that we are only at our best when we embrace our weird. Tell your neighbor, embrace your weird. So I love that Cavendish celebrates diversity. Yeah? If you look at your right hand and your left hand, none of these fingertips are alike. None of these fingerprints are alike. Your irises, yes, you have two eyes. You're the same person. But this iris cannot open the same door that this can. You understand what I mean? Everything in nature, there's no sand, grain, or snowflake that is the same. None. Which means that for us to fulfill our purposes is we have to find out what's that thing that stands out about me. And unfortunately, in Africa, a lot of our families have been trying to stomp out whatever is different about you. They've been trying to make you fit in, yes? They've been trying to hit you if you stick your head out. But please, this is the moment for you to return to default settings and find what is that thing that sets you apart. Find what is that thing that annoys you, that you're passionate about, that nobody seems to understand. It is those things which, if embraced, explored, innovated around, usually speak to what our destinies are as individuals. As an alumni, I heard what our executive director is dreaming for you. That the chances of what you're doing are endless. But I'll tell you, I want to give you some examples, yeah? So, a 23-year-old Nigerian in 2014, he was a Nigerian Canadian. He was called Aboyeji. He had just finished university. He looked at the fact that the world's best tech companies were complaining that they couldn't find engineers, while Africa had millions of brilliant young people who simply lacked opportunities. So he co-founded Adela. You know about Andela? Yeah, it's right there in Kamosha. Yes, 2014, a 23-year-old. He was bothered by this thing, and he created a solution. Andela today has trained and placed more than 100,000 African software developers into remote roles at Microsoft, Google, Goldman Sachs, and hundreds of others. You see what that does? He could not have done that without friends. He could not have done that without connections to universities that had graduates. He could not have done that without an alumni fellowship like this one. These things began as conversations in cafes, yeah? This is what I call the campus effect. And the campus effect, you're giving it a chance to continue when you have an alumni night. I hope you'll have alumni nights. I like to party in the night. I hope that you will have alumni breakfasts, business breakfasts, yes? You're always looking for ways to network. What better way than with your alumni? Yes? I know you want to join Rotary and pay so much money to join different, BNI. What are those other groups you're all dying to join? This is the best networking you can do, and it's free of charge, courtesy of Cavendish today at the Sheraton. Yeah? So we have another inventor that I wanted to talk about, a medical student at King's College London named Nasir Kama. He started filming himself revising for exams because his friends kept asking for help, right? He uploaded videos on YouTube under the name Kama Medic. You can look it up. Today that channel has 1.1 million subscribers and 70 million views. The medical students in Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, and rural Canada message him saying, I passed my finals because of you. Yes? That's just, it's not very innovative when you think about it. These days, each of you has become an opinion leader because of social media. Cavendish is telling you to embrace technology, to be transformative, to be innovative. Think outside your box, compete. The executive director told you have to have a competitor. Do you have one? John Maxwell says you're the average of the 5 people that you spend time with. When I hear, what's your name, Mr. MC? Adeji. I want to spend time with someone like that. You know what I mean? I want to spend time with our Vice Chancellor. And right now, the Alumni Association gives you that chance. You're the average of the 5 people that you spend time with. Larry Page and Sajay Bean, these are other people, were annoyed that existing search engines were terrible. They built a toy project in their dorm called Backrub. Do you know where that is now? What story is that now? Anybody? It's Google. Do you understand? In a college dormitory. That's where Google started. So what is that thing that started in your dorm? What is that thing that maybe you didn't have the chance, you are too busy drinking on campus. So now we are here. What is that thing that you're going to start with your table among you? This is an opportunity. And I want to tell you that you want to go far, you need to go together. You understand? You want to go far, you need to go together. If you want to go fast, it's okay. You can go alone. So when we talk about Google, you cannot do anything. I'll tell you another young person from Harvard. She's called Amanda Nguyen. She was raped in 2013. When she tried to seek justice, she discovered that in most US states, rape kits could be destroyed after only a few months if the survivor hadn't decided to press charges. What they mean by rape kits is a kit that will help you test and confirm that the rape has happened. So survivors were forced to choose between healing and justice. You understand what I mean by that? That if you stayed long enough to look for justice, you might not get the treatment because you know you're keeping the evidence, yes? She founded a non-profit from her pain. Some of you, a lot of your success will come from your pain, called Rise. She wrote a federal bill herself, printed 300 copies, walked the halls of Congress in sneakers, and refused to leave until every senator had a copy. In October 2016, 3 years after her rape, the Sexual Assault Survivors' Rights Act was passed in the US Congress unanimously. Did you hear her name, people? Did you hear her name? She was called Nguyen. She was a migrant, right? An immigrant, and she is the one that is behind the very thing that is curing what she went through. She needed clarity, she needed courage, and she had it. So what I want to say is, I'll say one last one. Another inventor. Aya Ghanem watched her country suffer from electricity blackouts, yes? And she's a Palestinian. She was 17 years old. While in school, she decided to design a solar-powered system made from recycled materials that could charge medical devices in hospitals during outages. Why am I telling you these things? By age 20, she had installed her systems in Gaza hospitals and refugee camps, keeping incubators and dialysis machines running. Do you understand what I'm saying? The beauty with an alumni is that you can sit together and solve the problems in your own home. The beauty with this diversity is that the story might start at Cavendish University, but you go back to Mr. MC, what's your village in Nigeria? Boss. Okay, let's go to Mr. Sudan. What's your village? Huh? Unity State. Okay, you have funky villages. I should tell you mine, Kanungu. Anyway, you can solve the problems of Kanungu, Unity State, and Lagos in Cavendish in an alumni meeting. So my question to you is, what are the 5 people you need for your why? We've established what's bothering you. We've established what you're passionate about. We've established what's unique about you. We've established that you need fantastic people around you. So who are those people that are going to get you where you need to be? Those sponsors that our ED talked about. Who are those people that are going to mentor you? Who are those people that are going to walk with you? Who are those people that are going to finance you? Sometimes you're surrounded by people who have a lot of money and no ideas. And sometimes all you have are ideas. You need to make yourself get into spaces where these 3 things come together. Innovation, resources, and action, right? Hard work. There's people that you'll need to do the grunt work. And I suggest that you use each other. I suggest that you look no further than your alumni association. I suggest that you ask yourself every day, why am I here? Why am I in Cavendish? What value can I add? Because as you add value, you're also picking a lot of value. As you add value, you are growing. As you add value, you are writing your story. And if it's in an alumni association, do you know what is going to happen? Other people are going to write your story for you, the way we are reading these young people's stories. So one thing I'll tell you is that all the people that I've told you about, you get their stories from their universities, from their fellow students. Somebody said that for as long as the hunter has the pen, is it? What's that saying? The lion will always lose the hunt. So I feel that Africa is unfortunate because we've always let everybody else write our stories. It's high time we wrote our stories. So I'm here to challenge you that whatever you're doing, whatever your colleagues are doing, whatever has inspired you, write it down. And now you have social media, you have places where you can put things that will last. Write it down, record it. Go back home and find out. If you come from South Africa and they've told you about Shaka Zulu, ask your great-grandparents if they are alive. Find out. My husband comes from Nebi, and I was telling him about the story of Jipiri and Labongo, so we decided to Google it. And let me tell you, what we're taught in P3 is completely, almost untrue. This story is deep. You could make a future film out of it that would beat Wakanda, because Wakanda is just fiction. Fiction from somebody who doesn't even have a lived experience of being African. Jipiri and Labongo is a potent story of all the things that are wrong with brothers, all the things that are wrong with mothers, all the things that are wrong with wives, all the pettiness of life. Brothers having petty fight after petty fight until it becomes something really big. It's a beautiful story. Look it up. So if your contribution to this situation, to this African legacy that we are living, is going to be that you're going to get those stories, get the real thing about them, and bring them to life, then that's amazing, right? Growing up, I loved history. And my father introduced me to Mamdani Ali. He used to do movies. He used to do feature films where he would tell you the story of slave trade, the right way, the African view. He would give you an African view of every story you've ever had. I loved him so much. When I see his son he's the mayor of what? Of New York. And he's still speaking the same language his father did years ago, over 30 years ago. That's legacy. You understand? Now the hills, the walls of Congress are going to hear the name Mamdani Ali because of his legacy, because he told it the right way, because he was committed to being available to what mattered to him, to being faithful to his values, but also he built around himself, in Makerere University, he built around himself a group of people that could deliver what, you know. One of the professors he surrounded himself with is the father of Lupita Nyong'o. He's a Kenyan professor. You all know him, right? I'm telling you, greatness is right where you are seated. So congratulations for this launch. This is the beginning of greatness. The question is, will you be a part of it, a significant part of it? Will we remember you? Thank you very much.
Please, let's keep clapping for that wonderful speech by our keynote speaker. Yeah, thank you very much. We can see her, she's very articulate, you know. I think people that study law have a kind of, they have a way they deliver their speeches that make you look as if they're in a courtroom. So thank you much for that. Very wonderful speech. From the things she has said, I'm just going to draw a few pointers from it. I think the first thing I picked from what she said is a value relationship. We are relational beings by nature. We are not designed to function alone. So we have to value relationship. And, you know, for every person you are sitting beside right now, it's a potential president of a country where they come from. You might never just know until it happens. So if you treat them a certain way now, when that time comes, when they see you, can they even embrace you and say they've known you from somewhere? So we need to value integrity. We need to value relationship. And she said something that I had to write down. I said, you are the average of the people you spend time with. I used to say this to somebody, that there's this thing that people say, the president is very busy. He can't see you. You can wait for a year to see the president of Uganda. But I tell you that people will see him every day. You'll be surprised. As busy as the president is, he has a very busy schedule. There's people that will just call him and will take you directly to him. So the question is, someone says that if you have people in your circle who cannot link you to relevant people, you need to start changing your circle of people. So the purpose of this alumni is to bring the right people together to form the right circle and make the right impact. So that's one of the visions of why this alumni has come together. So we need to understand the fact that there is nobody, even Donald Trump, if you want to see him today, there are people who will take you to him directly. but you just need to know the right people to get to the right person you are looking for. So I think that's one thing I picked from what she has said. And another thing I picked is, I was thinking about it some days ago, how they said somebody came from Europe and discovered Lake Victoria. So what was in Lake Victoria when we were seeing it before? Was it a sand? Or we didn't know that it was a lake, or we didn't know the source of our things. So they are good at telling our stories for us. We need to start telling our stories ourselves. We need to start, because it's funny that even in schools, they'll tell you the name of the lake is Lake Victoria and it's Nalubale. If I remember very well, I lived in Jinja for a while, so I know that it's called Nalubale, or I don't know if I'm pronouncing it the right way. So how can somebody say you came all the way from Europe to discover a lake in Africa? And these things are being taught in our institutions. They are being taught in our schools, and it has become, a norm. So I think it's high time we go back to the source. And if the names in your local language of what is called is what it should be called. Not giving them British names, American names in our own soil. So I think I picked that from what she has said, is that we need to start telling our stories as Africans, because nobody can tell it better. I think when we were doing a course in my last semester, we're doing civil military relations taught by Dr. Jude Kagoro. He broke us into groups, and one of the things we're supposed to research were about these wars that happened, the Chaka Zulus, the stories of there's a king in Western Uganda. I think there's a very... Yes, thank you very much. There was a king, these stories were very interesting stories, because as a Nigerian, I didn't know about all these people. I realized that these stories are not even taught in institutions in Uganda, from primary level to secondary to university level. So one of the things I think I've also picked is that Africans need to rise up and tell our story as it is, and we need to value relationships. Because I'm from Nigeria. You don't know much about Nigeria, for example. If you want to know about Nigeria, you just ask me. I'm not from Lagos. Permit me, I had to use that for half speech to quickly, come to a close. So I was just joking. So, but I'm from Osun State in Nigeria. If I'm to mention my village, you might not be able to pronounce it. So I had to save you the stress. So, but the most important thing is that someone from Zimbabwe, for example, I have a friend from Zimbabwe in our class, because we were doing security studies. I got to know a lot about the political structure of the country, what had happened. Even me, I had the opportunity to share a lot of stories about Nigerian politics. And I discovered that because of what is happening in Cavendish, because of the diversity, most of us have had the opportunity to learn from other students, their culture, their way of life, their political stories and all that. So once again, like I said, we want to, celebrate university for this opportunity to able to launch these alumni chapters, international chapters today, and let us leverage on the things that we're learning from this place today. I believe before we leave here today, we should have numbers of people from South Sudan. Someone from Tanzania should connect with someone from Nigeria. Someone from Nigeria should connect with somebody from Uganda. And with that, you find out that if I have the opportunity to go to South Sudan tomorrow, I don't think I'll have a challenge because of this university. Please, let's give a round of applause for Cavendish for this opportunity. So if I have the opportunity, if I want to go to maybe, Comoros Island, the popular story I told about, I don't think I'll have an issue with that. So the diversity is our strength. We need to leverage on it, and I believe this is the right opportunity for us to do that. So going on, we are going to invite the very first president of the Cavendish University Uganda Alumni Association, Mr. James Okurut, to take us through the reflection, recommendation and interaction sections before we go to the business of the day for the unveiling of the chapters. Please, let's give a round of applause as we welcome Mr. James Okurut. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. All protocol observed. Mine is going to be very simple. The ups and downs, the good things, the bad things, and the building of what today we refer to as the Cavendish Alumni Association. My name's James Okurut. I'm extremely proud to be part of this institution. Cavendish has built me from a young, timid, unprofessional young man to an entrepreneur, to a businessman, to a professional. And to attest to that, I'm not only an alumni of Cavendish, but I have nephews, I have nieces, I have friends. As a testimony, Dr. Sabiti and the ED and the marketing and sales manager know this. Right amongst us is our own Miriam Laoko. I believe she has done proud to the university. Thank you. Now, to go to the alumni, like I said, very proud of this institution. We began a planning phase in 2018. I think I'm not wrong. And like we said, everything begins with one step. Meeting after meeting, consultation after consultation, write this, write that, consult this, consult that. Late night meetings in the ED's office, in the marketing and sales director's office, in the dean of students' office, trying to patch up everything to make sure that we have a successful alumni association, one of its kind in the country. By then, I think there were only 2 or 3, Makerere University, Nkumba, and I think MUBS. So I want to, first of all, thank the former Vice Chancellor, Professor Mugisha. By then, he was the one leading the institution. But interestingly, Dr. Sabit also was still in Kamocha. And she's the one who guided us into drafting the constitution. Thank you so much. The ED, David, the marketing and sales director, Fred. By then we had other lecturers, Dr. Mayanja and the likes, did not give up on us. Would knock on their doors when they are going for meetings. But trust me, they'll give you an ear. Listen to you, guide you, and then run for the meeting. Call him at 10 in the night and say, I think something is missing here. They'll listen to you. That is the spirit of Cavendish. Thank you so much. One thing I want to put to this team that is coming on board, the new leadership. Unfortunately, my predecessor is not yet here. But as much as we did what we did as a team, inaugural team of the alumni, like I mentioned, the constitution was made. So this alumni is actually fully legal. It's not just in words that maybe just mentioning it in past. But it's well constituted and well supported by the university. When I walked in earlier on, the MC was like, actually when I invited people to come for this occasion, the first question was, are you inviting me as an independent alumni or are you inviting me as the university? And he said as the university, which means the two are one. I wouldn't say proudly I'm part of the alumni without being part of the university. Because all of us must be part of this institution to become part of the alumni. I want to thank the Careers and Employability Department. I left this institution or the university in 2018, but they've kept on calling me, James, we need you here. James, we need to do this. James, we need to guide us here. And I proudly say that whenever I move into the confines of the university, they're always willing to listen and help. Thank you so much. These chapters were something we discussed way back, but because of lack of time, because of the COVID-19, it could not be done. But I'm happy that with the Office of the Employability and Careers and Employability Department, and with the ED, the VC, and all the administration of Cavendish, we are now here. We are seeing the chapters coming into place, beginning with a few, but hoping the 40 plus countries were represented, we shall have a chapter. Thank you. This is to the new, or to the alumni in general. There are things we have to do as the entity of alumni. That will make the university proud, that will make us proud, and move out there with our heads high. First and foremost, the constant engagement with our fellow alumni out there. We need to know where every one of us is. We need to have that constant communication. Why is it very important for us to know? Every single person who has walked through the gates of Cavendish is placed somewhere. I'll surprise you. Earlier this year, I was traveling out of the country. And I got to an airport and I was stuck. So I kept on making frantic calls. Who could be in this country? I called somebody who was in DRC, but was in West Africa. And tells me, no, James, no, calls this number. This is one of us. And indeed, it was a classmate in the MBA class of Cavendish. And when I called him, he actually works at the airport. That is how strong our alumni is. And within seconds, I was helped. So we need to appreciate the university we've gone through. We need to engage. This kind of engagements. Our keynote speaker talked about it, even Eddie talked about it. Engagement is very key. This kind of meetings, breakfast meetings, one-on-one group meetings, as Cavendish University students, is very important. When I was called about this function, I remember Natasha asking me, I want to get in touch with somebody. And I told her, I don't remember I have that contact, but call this person, he'll be in position to help you. And I believe she was helped because of the strong network and engagement that we have as alumni. Number 3, professional engagements are key. I have a mentor who mentored me in 2017. And he's right now in South Sudan. He works with a organization called Malaria Consortium. He called me and told me, James, we need a consultant to do a project in one of the areas in South Sudan. I told him I can't travel that side, but I believe there are some of us who are that side. And I remember I called one of my classmates. He's called John Cole, and told him, call this number and see if you could be of support. Today he calls me and tells me he is being made the Deputy ED of Malaria Consortium, South Sudan, because of a small consultation that he made. That is the power of engagement from Cavendish University. This is something which I've been thinking about ever since I took leadership of the Alumni Association. One thing maybe I should say not regret, but I didn't do. But I believe that the current leadership should position to take it up. We need to have a circle. This I'll praise not only the leadership of the association, but also the administration of Cavendish University. There are things we need to do as an alumni. there are things we need to fund, not waiting for funding from the university. But if we come together as a strong association, we can be in position to pull money together and come up with bursaries. We have a number of students who need support, who are going through the same university, and we can be in position to support them. So, Madam VC and the ED, we need guidance, the new leadership of the alumni, to support them in coming up with this association. The chapters was a dream, yes, and today's reality. It has come to pass. Thank you to Natasha, thank you to the ED, thank you to the VC. This is something that has come to pass, and I appreciate it. And we shall support it as a baby and make sure that everybody out there is part of these chapters in different countries where they belong. Last but not least on this list is the bridge we talked about. I am happy that the ED talked about having a representative of the alumni on the council. We need to give our views as alumni to the council. We need to listen to us, because we believe there are so many things that we can contribute to the university, to its growth, to its marketing, and most importantly, to the placement of the alumni. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to challenge ourselves, both as the alumni and the administration. At one time, I was in the ED's office and I asked him, I attained as a person my second degree from Cavendish, undergraduate. I attained my third degree of my MBA from Cavendish. And I asked the ED, what are we thinking about PhD? I challenge ourselves. Some of us would love to attain a PhD from Cavendish as well. And I believe as many of us who are here. I love the MC, like the keynote speaker said, is a one-man marketing person, which is true. But again, every single alumni member of Cavendish is supposed to market us out there. Now the chapters have come on board to ease in the work of the different countries, but all of us are ambassadors of Cavendish University, Uganda, wherever we are. And like I said, some of us are extremely proud of what we have become to be because of Cavendish. So I implore every single one of us, when you're out there, let them know proudly where you come from, the journey you've made through Cavendish University. Each one of us has a story to tell, because we believe that everyone had a moment of joy, a moment of difficulty. When you have an assignment and it has a deadline and you have to research about it, it's a difficult moment. But the moment of joy comes when you're graduating. You forget the difficulties you went through and look at the benefits that you're getting out of it. I equally asked the current dean, when you talk about engaging and interacting and communicating, to me, I'm looking at a number of issues which bring us together as alumni. And I was asking Mr. Chan, do we have a Rotaract club as a university? And there's one at the Kamocha campus. We should be thinking about having the one at the main campus. This brings us together as a team of young students in the university, but also opens up bigger doors for us out there. I belong to a Rotary Club of Muyenga Sunrise. I would be happy to mentor the young students of the Rotary Club of Cavendish University. And this will open up bigger doors for all of us, the newly graduates, but also those who are still pursuing their education with us. One thing also which I picked, which is very key, which I believe would benefit us as a university, but also benefit the alumnus of the university. The ED spoke about having visiting professors from different universities. We wouldn't only look at only the professors, but also visiting professionals who would come and share their insights. For example, who would not want to have Dangote be part of our keynote speaker here and share a story of how he became what he is? All of us would want to, not so? So we want to have those kind of engagements being organized by the university for the alumni, but also for the university students who are still pursuing their studies. But most importantly also, ourselves who are here, to go back to the university and share insights the students as alumni. You talked about guest speakers from amongst us. Would want to go back there and share what we've gone through. When I graduated, I was not employed. Today I've come back, I'm running my own company. How did I get there? Those are the insights we need to share with them. So that when we're graduating, it's not only about being employed, but can we create employment? I was happy that Natasha is an innovator. For me, that is the way to go. We should create more employment, become more innovative, and create more jobs for our peers out there. With those few words, I just want to encourage every one of us here. This has been a milestone of the alumni, which I'm proud of. I believe all of you are proud of it. Let's grow it. Let's give it our best. The different chapters which are going to be unveiled today, let's be the voice, the face of Cavendish University out there. And tomorrow, let's be proud where we come from. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. James Okurut, for that insightful speech you have given. I think when an entrepreneur speaks, they're always looking at everything from the side of business. So when he talked about the circle and I said this man must be an entrepreneur because he's looking at it from the angle of business. So thank you for mentioning that. It's also a very important thing to do because I was discussing with Mr. Bernard earlier on before this event actually came to pass, and I said, one thing, there's a perspective people have about mentorship or things like this. Mentorship is not just about receiving; it's about also giving back as well. So in as much as this platform is talking about how the university wants to support, the student, the question is how do we, the alumni, also want to support the university? And he has touched base on all those things, as he has said. But going forward, it will be, like we said, this alumni chapter is not something that is only about what the university has to say. It's also about what you guys also have to say. So we're going to go into a quick interaction section where we want to hear from you all that are here about what you have in mind. I'm happy that Mr. James has started with the circle part, which I believe we're going to look into. Also, we don't have a monopoly of knowledge. There might be some of things that we have missed or we have not seen that you guys might want to share with us on how to probably go about it, or what we need to add, what we need to include that will make this, association a very solid one, both the main body and the general chapter. So we're going to open the floor for every one of us here to be able to share one or two things that we can add to what we've started today, because we want to believe that this is just like a naming ceremony, like we call it in Nigeria, for this Alumni Association and its chapter. So it's good that we give it our own contribution as well, so we can have different insight on what we can do. So please feel free to raise your hand if you have something to say or something to share with us. We take note of them and we'll be able to actually work on them to make it better. If not, I will start looking at the best dressed down the way like that to get your opinion. Okay, thank you, Mr. Fred, for pioneering to say something.
Thank you so much. I think I can stay where I am. Or
it's okay, sir. It's okay.
Okay. Just like Mr. James Okrut has just said, I am very happy for this occasion. And he has just told me, Fred, this is your brainchild. And he has reminded me how we struggled to create the Alumni Association. But the most important element now is for me to talk from the position of a sales and marketing director. What can the Alumni Association give back to the university? And I'll be approaching some of you. We now have the Campus Unfiltered project that is starting in 2026 in January, where we want to see our students covering their own videos. Just like the keynote speaker said, now we are a one-man show. We have our own handles. We can create videos and be able to spread them across our communities. I would like to do the same with the alumni. How can you create a video of yourself talking about the good things that you went through at Cavendish University? How can you talk about the classes? How did you go through the teaching and learning at Cavendish University? Where have those skills that you picked at the university taken you? By doing so, you will be communicating to millions of people about the good things about Cavendish University. How can we create a video of yourself that is now a commercial advert? And we shall be collaborating with you. Now that we are also launching international chapters, we also need international agents to be able to obtain students from wherever you are. He said you're from which state?
Lagos, Nigeria.
That is Lagos,
Lagos
but
State.
The other one?
Osun State.
Osun State.
Well, it's quite far though.
Yes,
It's
but we
quite a
need
distance.
students from there too.
Okay. I will try my best.
Okay.
All the ones I brought are from Lagos.
Good.
So I will try.
So by doing so, we can create a network within Africa where we can be able to source our students and have them study with us. The last one is on what James tapped into, that the Alumni Association can create a fund for the university to be able to run, for example, scholarships for students who are disadvantaged. We have so many refugees who cannot be able to fund their studies, but they are very bright students. So we can use that fund to be able to assist such students. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. That was let's appreciate him for that. I like the idea of the viral videos. We have to maybe create an hashtag for it for you to go viral, and it goes a long way, because if people can just dance on TikTok and it goes viral, how much more when we can create something more meaningful? You can. Most of these guys who are releasing songs these days, they just go and create a challenge on TikTok and the song goes viral. So that's the power of social media in our generation, and we need to leverage on it. Thank you very much, sir, for that contribution. Okay, someone has raised his hand there. Please kindly introduce yourself. And
thank you. Good morning. My name is Moses Serunjoji. I just graduated this August with a bachelor's degree in journalism and communication studies. As you can see, I'm already practicing what I learned from the eminent Cavendish University. Mine would be to supplement on what the marketing director has said. For me also, it is how we keep visibility as an alumni association, but also as a university. I'm thinking that there's a lot of our alumni that are doing quite well in different fields out there, but we never get to make noise about it. There's a university here in Kampala that makes professional noise, yeah, but I'm not even assuming they're doing better than us, but there's a way they do it, and before you know it, out there they are being seen as people doing something out there. I also want to appeal that I've been nominated for the African Union and European Union at 25 photo contest, and that is a competition that includes all African countries and European countries, and I'm one of the 25 that have been nominated out of 700. I believe that is something that we can make professional noise about as a university, because probably it's going to inspire someone out there that will believe that once you go through Cavendish University, you can be able to make it through your career. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. I'm already inspired by that already. Okay, is anyone else that want to say something? Give us your ideas, your suggestions. Okay, sorry, someone is raising their. Please, let's feel free to say something. Every idea is welcome.
Hello, everyone. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Are you tired? Anyway, my name is Bonaventure Saturday, and I graduated in August with a Master of Project Management, Master of Science in Project Management. And I'm happy to say success starts after Cavendish, because 1 month after graduating, I was promoted.
Wow, that's
so. One idea that I've seen different alumni I'm part of work is how do we tap on the secondary schools, okay? So as alumni, as the association, we can have some activities where we can tap onto the different secondary schools, join their career days or something, give some talks and what, so that we can inspire the young ones to join the university after they finish their secondary school. So it's one area that the alumni could look at.
Thank you very much. That's very insightful. Actually, I've never even seen it from that angle before, because we need to catch them when they are still in those places to give them an idea of what Cavendish looks like. So we want to hear from Mr. Mozinguzin. I hope it's not a survey.
No.
Okay, yeah, good to go.
Yes, good morning. Thank you, MC. I will also stand on the already established protocol. My point is, I want to challenge the alumni, including myself, that it is very unfortunate that it is the university that called us. Do you realize? Where was our effort to do something like this? Now, if you have a friend who is an alumni, anybody near you, you know, this has to be self-motivated. You must stand as our old students to say, let's go do this before the employability office does it, before Mr. Bernard, before Natasha does it, before the university does it. We must drive ourselves to come back home and change the society we came from. I find it so, disturbing to see that we are very few here. But it's the honest truth. But all of us have been from Cavendish. Cavendish has graduated so many students. At one time, I wanted to stand as the president, and I promise you this time I am coming. If the tenure is there, I am coming.
What are you going to be protecting this time around? You're going to be protecting Cavendish, or what's going to be your slogan?
The slogan will come. The slogan will come. Yeah, but what I am saying is, I am looking at two areas we can do as alumni. The strategic partnerships. The alumni group is very, quiet. People who are in the group, if there are job opportunities, post them there. If there are partnerships the university can do with the organizations where you work from, please let's do it. I think one of our theme was collaboration, VC, if I remember. So we want to make more collaborations and partnerships. Secondly, the university has resources. We are not saying they don't have. But we should support the university, just like Fred said. There are so many things you could look at. Where is the gap in the university I came from? For instance, when I went to the village in Hoima, at one point, my father took me from, removed me from Nakasero. Nakasero Primary School is here. And said, let me take these children to the village to see how the village is. We studied there for one term. The situation was not good. Of course, we got sick. But I studied in that school. Now, when I went there, I found the school is losing shape. So I don't have a lot of money, but I was concerned. And I said something has to change here. So I looked for management. They should start a committee to revamp the historical school if you go there. So there are many things that Cavendish is driving. But how is the alumni going to support them? So we look at those gaps and also look at what Cavendish wants to do, and we see how we can support them. The next time we come here, we are celebrating an achievement. The strategies have been laid, everything has been said, we have made chapters, we have put things on paper, but implementation has to be done. So, those were my 2 points, but most importantly, we must be self-driven to come back here. We are so many. To create an impact and also maybe celebrate something that we have done. You saw how the Baganda were putting a tofali on Buganda. We must do something like that. And I want to tell you, if the president comes, we should start the alumni run. Cavendish alumni run must kick off. The chapters in all countries must come and participate. It must happen. But for a cause, not just running, it has to have a cause, and that cause is in line with the Cavendish what? Vision and mission. I thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Wilson. That was very insightful. I like the part of the run. I think it's one thing that is used commonly to actually do fundraisers and all that. So all that to be considered. Is there another person?
Yes. Okay. Good morning, everyone. My name is Miriam Lowoko, and I'm a proud student of Cavendish University. And I'm also someone who's very passionate about our law faculty. I have a rich history of the law faculty at Cavendish University, and wherever I go, I try to be an ambassador for the law faculty. I can tell you that Cavendish University has one of the most robust law faculties, one of the most challenging, competitive law faculties. And I think maybe just to add to what Mr. Wilson spoke about partnerships, I think Cavendish does give the law students a great foundation in law school all the way from first year to fourth year, the time that they graduate. And I think, I remember in my second year when we had the registrar of the International Crimes Division of the High Court come to the law faculty, and she said something phenomenal. She said that Cavendish University has the potential to be bigger than Harvard University. And at the time, we took it as a compliment. But if I look back at the trajectory of Cavendish law faculty from the time I was there until now, I can tell you we've come so far. The university prepares us to go out there and be excellent lawyers, to hone our craft and hone our skill, whether it's litigation, whether it's whatever area you want to go into after the school. But I think one of the things that we could do is strengthen the core of our law faculty, whether it's through the marketing, whether it's through promoting our law faculty beyond what we're doing now. I think it would be phenomenal to see, one, for us to go back and revisit having our legal aid clinic functioning. I think legal aid is a fantastic way for law students to gain more experience outside of the classroom. And one of the things that I can say is that even when you go after university and you want to apply to a different institution outside of Cavendish, whether it's for your master's or your PhD, they want to see what you're doing beyond the classroom. And I think it would be a fantastic idea for us to get our students involved in legal aid. and also partner with other law firms to give our students more bandwidth and growth beyond the classroom. So how are we placing our law students in law firms? How are they gaining experience beyond the classroom, beyond the books, beyond what we're being taught with our lecturers? Yes, we have mooting. Mooting is for students who want to get into litigation and go to courtroom. But legal aid has benefits in terms of if you want to go and work with NGOs, if you want to go into work in the community. And I think our law faculty and our university as a whole would benefit from legal aid. So I would love to see more partnerships beyond where we are, and also see our university branch out beyond mooting, beyond going to litigation, even partnering with law firms. And because there's programs like DL Piper, programs like PILAC, that we could benefit from as a law faculty. So I agree with Mr. Musinguzi on the point of partnerships and growing our university and law faculty in that regard. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. We'll take one more person. Sorry, I might not be able to reiterate what you have said because I'm not a law. Your assessment is confusing, so I'm going to just try to understand them. But one thing I pick from it is that we have to do partnership when it comes to law. Thank you very much for that. Noted.
Mr. Adeje, I forgot a point.
Okay.
I am doing a video. It's a video, but also a book.
Oh, okay.
It's called Life as a University Student.
Okay.
The life I went through, but also the success that came after.
Okay.
So it will show how Cavendish transformed me.
Personally?
Yeah, personally.
Okay.
And also other students.
Are you willing to?
Yes, it is actually, we have done 2 parts.
Okay.
So we shall be putting them on YouTube, and also I think I will share with Fred.
Okay.
If he's still there.
Oh, that's
Yes,
fantastic.
yes.
That's a very good idea. So for those who are interested to probably will get across to Natasha, then we can be a part of what he's doing. Thank you very much for that. Okay, thank you also for your contribution. Okay, sorry, introduce yourself.
Good afternoon. My name is Moindo Silas. I'm from Congo. I'm actually the vice president of the Congolese chapter of this alumni. I have a suggestion to give to all the chapters of the whole country. I realize that we are struggling to reach more to other alumni because we don't have the mindset of reaching to them while they're still at the university. I believe that every countries, they have an association at the campus. I think us as alumni who have already had these chapters, we have to develop the mentality or the mindset of reaching to them while they're still at the university, because after the graduation, they go, and it's hard to reach to them. I tried it after on the graduation day, this last graduation. I tried to reach to some of them, but I couldn't because they were very happy. They were busy with their schedules. They are busy with what they have planned. And I reached only 10 people. Yet I came with the target of reaching at least 50 to alumni that we can join that our chapter. So I have a suggestion that we should have the mentality of interacting with them while they're still maybe in the last year, so that we will put in their mindset that after this graduation, I have to join this group, so that it cannot be as a surprise to them. And also a suggestion to the universities for their branding. I have to add on what the cameraman was saying, that Cavendish, we need to work more hard on our social medias. The only time that I usually see the post on advertisement on social media, it's when they are calling for enrollment for the application. But I suggest that even for the small things that students are doing, we have to advertise them. Because I did my master's in India. There's these universities. Those guys, even if a student got a placement of $100, like a payment, they have to advertise it. Our student got a placement, this is doing this. So I advertise, I suggest to the university to have that mentality of tracking the things that students are doing outside, not even in Uganda, but outside. It's give also the good perspective or image of a university. Thank you, Sop.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. I think narrowing down everything we've said so far, we've really centered on visibility. And I think we need to do more and celebrate our own. The funny thing is that you will be surprised at what our students are doing. Because in Nigeria, I think I remember most of them are even top guys in the military. Some of them are in the immigration service. Even the current president is an officer of Nigerian Immigration Service, you know, with a good rank. So we need to celebrate these things to attract people to believe that if you pass through the institutions, there's success that waits you after that. So we really need to work on the visibility part. So let's take the last person, then we go to the next phase of the.
Good afternoon, everyone. I believe everyone that has spoken before me has spoken from the side of the alumni. The launch of the unveiling of this event is a very big achievement to the alumni, but even bigger achievement to the current students. I am actually the president of the Nigerian Student Association who are currently studying.
Okay.
So I would just like to plead to the alumni that a lot of times once you graduate, life gets busy and you don't connect with the current student. So I'll just plead to the alumni that even when you graduate, please try to stay in connection with the leadership, because that mentorship, that space of mentorship with the current students really does a lot to the students in, helping them grow. So that's all I just wanted to lead.
Yeah, thank you very much. Just going back to what he said, I think it's important for the alumni international chapters to work with the student association, president and leaders of the ones who are still studying, so that there can be a synergy. So that once they are leaving campus, like you said, they are just integrated into the alumni association. I think that's a very valid point, also coming from the president of the Nigerian Student Association. Okay, yes. One more person.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, protocol observed. My name is Brian Aroho. I'm a lawyer. I do practice international energy and health law. But more recently, I started up the Aroho Foundation, which majorly does work in democracy, governance, and cultural preservation. My point goes to mentorship. I joined Cavendish University in 2021 with this beautiful girl. And
Thanks for letting us know that.
Yes, and this gentleman joined us after. But why I want to speak about leadership is because when I came in, I had a brief conversation with the lady that followed the first female guild president of Cavendish. Her Excellency
Pamela. Please stand up for
Franco.
recognition.
And allow me pitch her idea overall, since she may not get a microphone. She talks about us having, she shared with me that how possible is it for us to have an a leadership hub. Reason is, when I joined Cavendish in 2021, I was a young guy. I'm still young, but I was way younger. Gentlemen like Wilson Musinguzi groomed me through that time. I can firmly say that the ED has been part and parcel of this journey. I can firmly say that Dr. Olive Sabiti then was my dean, faculty of law. And there's my big boss, Mr. Mufta, is there. They all groomed us, and even Mr. Bernardo Chan, leadership-wise. Because when I came in, the guild president was His Excellency Muhammad Jaffa, who handed over to His Excellency Atwinem Jisha Blessed, who handed over to His Excellency Sekau Barnabas, who handed over to me, and I handed over to Her Excellency Pamela Franco, who has handed over to Senyonga Prosper Paul.
There's so many excellencies here. Let's celebrate them.
Yes.
So many excellencies and excellencies.
Yes. But the point is, we don't want to be like other universities that have leaders coming in when they have not been fully had a chance of being grilled through a leadership academy. I kindly request through the first female guild president and the office of the VC and ED to have a leadership hub, not necessarily for alumni, but for ongoing students, that from the point one that you join Cavendish University, Uganda, through the Careers and Employability Office, we have thematic areas. Yes, you have come to study, but what is your main target? You can't leave Cavendish just as a student. Let's have an innovation hub, a leadership hub, more or less like the Julius Nyerere Leadership Center. And then we have at least a certificate attached to it. It will not only brand the student, but also the university in the long run. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. That's also a very good point that you have raised. Because there's a saying. Okay, all right. The ED wants to say something.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Emeritus President Brian. I would like to throw you a challenge now that we are talking about the Leadership Hub. And this is because I know you like mobilizing and you like using technology. So I would like to challenge you to find your colleague presidents emeritus and create a WhatsApp group. Yeah? All the way back to, 2008. We think that it could be a very powerful tool. That group could be a very powerful group to influence, the alum community, but also Africa in general, in terms of leadership. And to that extent, as a university, I would like to commit on behalf of the Vice Chancellor that we will support you in that group. Yeah, that is a very concrete thing that I would like to challenge you to kickstart. Here we already have, how many? We have Her Excellency Pamela, we have Prosper, we have, yes. So, we can start already, practically. And then you come to us and let us know how we can work with you to sort of blossom the ideas.
All right, thank you very much for that statement, sir. Okay, I think Pamela wants to say something, but we shall come to you later after.
Hello, everyone. My name is Faima Ibrahim. I'm from Tanzania. So I wanted to add something on the idea from my colleague from Congo. I think this alumni chapter is something a little bit, maybe people do not know what it's all about, and it's still new. And I was thinking, what if this year, maybe next year, we are closing the year, next year, the third year, which is going, they have the last semester, that is sixth semester. What if you could create a simple, short event of welcoming all the last year together, have a moment to talk about alumni chapter. What do they do? What's the benefit? What is happening in general? And from there, you could have a numbers, WhatsApp number. Remember, these people are going in different countries. WhatsApp number, an email, they liked it there. That's another good way you can track to get these people, to put them in the group and inform them whatever is happening. Yeah, I think that one can be easier to start maybe for next year, to get every people to come on board, to know what alumni are doing. But also when they come back to the side of people who are living in another country, for me, I mean from Tanzania, there are many people who are coming to study university, across from Zanzibar, from Tanzania. I was thinking in another way, what if maybe you can make it, maybe as alumni, we agree that for a year we can make and say, which country are we visiting? We select a few people, we go somewhere, invite people who have been in that country, who have been in Cavendish, and maybe invite other young people to come to know all about Cavendish, and alumni who are there. The people be responsible, be alumni, talking about it. Either just the aim is to know what is Cavendish about and what alumni chapter we are doing. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I like that idea of taking this alumni thing to other countries where they will be the host, and we can actually talk to the alumni in that country and maybe use that opportunity to talk about university. That's a very fantastic idea. Okay, because of, I think we're still going to have more time to do interactive sections so that we just quickly go through the event and we can actually create more room for interactive sessions during our lunch break. At this point now, please permit me to pause all.
Let me just say something.
Okay.
In response to what she was saying, I just wanted to highlight two things. The first thing is that we did have an orientation for the leaders of the different chapters, where we went over what these chapters are about, what we would like to do with them, and what our aims are. And actually, this is the second event, although this is officially Unveiling. But on top of what she has suggested, I think going forward, what we would like to do, and that's why today in the room we have the leaders of the associations of the students within the university. So we'd like to create a linkage between those associations and the different chapters so that there's a seamless transition between when students from those countries are graduating and as they become alumni, they should know about the chapters. So some of the things that we're going to be doing in the coming year is involving them, you know, during those last interactions we have with them as they graduate, to make sure these chapters come and speak to the students who are from that country, interact with them, let them know about these different groups they have, how they can join them, and how they can be part of the chapters. So that was a very good idea, and it's something that we're actually going to be working on. Then the second thing that I wanted to mention is about a platform that we are members on called Ripen, that our ED had also hinted on. So Ripen is a platform that enables people to cross-collaborate on different experiential learning projects. And I know that majority of the alumni in this room are either working for organizations or they have organizations of their own. And I'd like to encourage you all, if you're an employer or you work for an employer and you have different projects that you want to find solutions for, you can actually get onboarded as an employer on Ripen, and you will have different problem solvers across the world, including students from Cavendish University, be able to solve those problems on that platform, and you'll be able to get global solutions. So I'd like to encourage you all, if that is something that you'd be interested in, or if you have projects, because they would be also beneficial for the students to be able to get experiential learning opportunity, but also for you, because you're then finding solutions for your organizations, right? So I'd like to encourage you all. That's also another way in which we can still work together. And if that's something that would be beneficial to you, let's chat after here. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Natasha. Just to add to what she has said, Mr. Wilson raised the point of why we are very few here. This was an intentional number for the gathering, because this, if you look at most people that are here, they are leaders of different chapters, and so we wanted to make the number a small number, because for us we are just seeing this as the start of what we are going to do. So many events will come after now, but we see that if we don't do this, we won't give the association legitimacy. So because some people are asking, is the school part of what we are doing? So this is like the unveiling before all other things come. So this number is an intentional number, because if we open it all to everybody, I'm sure we might not to go and use the Kololo grounds to do the event. So that's why we decided to make it a small number, just invite only leaders for now. Then once we have done this and we can link the alumni association with the school, then we'll start rolling out events and get more people involved. Hopefully, why not? We can use Kololo ceremonial grounds for the next event. We have the numbers, because we graduate over 700 students every year. So we can actually get a bigger space for us to be able to do something bigger. But so that's why we have this little number here today. So I hope that answers your question. All right, thank you. So we need to move to the next phase of the event, which is now the reason why we are here, to unveil the Alumni Association itself and its chapters. So we have our emblems here, official emblems that we have created for these chapters. So we are going to be inviting the Vice Chancellor, the ED, and Mr. Bernard, and Ugandan representative. If you are here, if you are Ugandan, you're representative of the association, please come forward. We like to please, with a round of applause, welcome our VC, welcome our ED, the Dean of Students, the President of the Ugandan chapter, to officially unveil the Cavendish University Uganda Alumni Association today. So let's celebrate them as they come forward, and we present the emblem for the association. All right, so the emblem is going to be in the middle. Let's have our camera guys here. This is the official emblem. Please let's celebrate this. Let's celebrate. This is the official emblem of the. Okay, they are suggesting that we put it down. Please help us to put it down. So everywhere you see this, you must be able to identify with this as an alumni of Cavendish University. This is the official emblem for the Alumni Association. So we have the leadership from the Ugandan chapter with the VC, and they will hand over to her to do the.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adedeji. You're doing a great job as MC, so well done. So we're going to unveil our Cavendish University Uganda Alumni Association. So by the power vested in me as the Vice Chancellor, I officially and proudly launch Cavendish University Uganda Alumni Association. May this association foster a community of alumni who uphold our values of excellence, integrity, respect, communication, passion, and innovation. Price. So we wish our association well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will implore the Ugandan chapter to please take a seat while you remain some. So you guys can take a seat. So let's remove this, and the Nigerians that are here, please, the representative of the Nigerian High Commission, we want you to please come forward. The Nigerian student leader. Sorry. If you're a Nigerian student here, please kindly come forward to. So here we bring it. We should have drum roll for these things as they are coming, or we clap. So this is the official emblem for the Nigerian chapter, the Cavendish University Alumni Nigerian chapter. This is the official emblem. Yes. So we want to have the representative of the Nigerian High Commissioner. That's the president. Please, Ma, you can take it from me.
Yeah. Allow me to thank Mr. Hakim, representative from the Nigerian High Commission, very much for being here with us and witnessing the launch of this chapter. By the power vested in me as the Vice Chancellor, I officially and proudly unveil the alumni emblem for the Nigeria chapter of the Cavendish University Uganda Alumni Association. Clap, clap, clap. May this emblem inspire future alumni to carry forward our values of integrity, excellence, responsibility, respect, communication, passion, and innovation. With gratitude for our past and confidence in our future, we declare this emblem officially unveiled.
Yeah, let's celebrate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, okay, the representative, let's take a picture, and we take our seat while the ED and Mr. Bernard and the Vice Chancellor remains.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. We are now going to the Tanzania chapter. If you are from Tanzania, the representative of the president, the vice president from Tanzania, please come forward. Student Association president from Tanzania. Are they here? Okay, we only have one person. Okay. All right. Okay. So this is the official emblem for the Tanzania chapter of the Cavendish University Alumni. Please let's celebrate as the Vice Chancellor officially unveils it.
By the power vested in me as the Vice Chancellor, I officially and proudly unveil the alumni emblem for Tanzania chapter of the Cavendish University Uganda Alumni Association.
Let's clap, let's clap.
May this emblem inspire future alumni to carry forward our values of excellence, integrity, responsibility, respect, communication, passion, and innovation. With gratitude for our past and confidence in our future, we declare this emblem officially unveiled.
Yes. Please, let's come together. Okay, let's take a group picture with the university. All right, thank you very much. The next chapter we're unveiling is the DRC chapter. Please, let's welcome the representative of the DRC chapter. From DRC, let's welcome them. Okay, yes. Yes, this is the official emblem for the Cavendish University DRC chapter. Let's clap our hands once again. Okay.
These ones, I want to commend them. They all came very early.
Wow. Let's celebrate them.
I found Christian in the room very early. I don't know, it was before 9. And his friend who went to India.
Someone suggested maybe he slept in the hotel. I don't know how true that.
Yeah, he's able. By the power vested in me as the Vice Chancellor, I officially and proudly unveil the alumni emblem for the Democratic Republic of Congo chapter of the Cavendish University Uganda Alumni Association.
Let's clap.
May this emblem inspire future alumni to carry forward our values of excellence, integrity, responsibility, respect, communication, passion, and innovation. With gratitude for our past and confidence in our future, we declare this emblem officially unveiled.
All right, thank you very much. Let's take our group pictures, and we go to the last one for the day. Okay, you can take your seat. And the last chapter we're unveiling is from, who can guess? Let's do rum rolling. It's from South Sudan. So let all the leaders from South Sudan please come forward to take a stand with the university leadership, and we declare it officially open. Let's celebrate them as they come. Let's celebrate. Some of you can come here. Okay, yes. Oh, our former guild president is from South Sudan. Oh, that's great. Okay, please, let's stay together. Okay, you can take it.
Thank you for coming in good numbers, South Sudan. By the power vested in me as the Vice Chancellor, I officially and proudly unveil the alumni emblem for South Sudan chapter of the Cavendish University Uganda Alumni Association. May this, yes?
Let's clap.
May this emblem inspire future alumni to carry forward our values of excellence, integrity, responsibility, respect, communication, passion, and innovation. With gratitude for our past and confidence in our future, we declare this emblem officially unveiled.
Yes, thank you very much. Let's take a group picture with the university leadership. All right, thank you very much. We can all take our seats now. So we have now officially unveiled all the international chapters and the Alumni Association itself. Let's give a round of applause for this. We are actually making history with what we have done here today, and we believe that this step now will take us to greater heights now, and we believe that as time goes on, we unveil more chapters as we're able to put our hands around what we are doing in the Alumni Association. Maybe next year we might be unveiling so many other countries, from Kenya, from Rwanda, as time goes on. But this is the first one of its kind, and we are really happy that this has finally happened. So what we are going to do right now is please, all the representatives from the countries, please can you come forward? The president, the vice president, representative from all the chapters, please come forward. From DRC, from Tanzania, from South Sudan, the president, the representative. Just one person to give a speech on behalf of the association. So who is the okay? Sorry, from Tanzania, please, you have to come forward. Just give a brief remark on what has happened here. Who is representing Uganda? Okay, please come forward. South Sudan, one person, please. Who is the president? Okay, I'm going to represent Nigeria anyway. Okay, so, all right, please just give a brief remark on what we have just done today about what your experience has been like leading the association.
Thank you so much. My name is Onokukweba Christian. I'm a former student at Cavendish University. I graduated back in 2022. I am the former Google Developer Student Club lead, 2021-2022, and an active member of the group, the Google Developer Group. As the representative of the president of the DRC chapter, Miss Yowari Elize, who unfortunately couldn't make it, I'm here to speak on the plan that we have, the plan, the suggestion, the plan that we have in prepared for this chapter to work with Cavendish. But first of all, I have a suggestion based on what the director of marketing has been saying. As we all know what is happening in the eastern part of the DRC, there is a conflict going on, so most parents are finding it hard to sponsor their children studying at CUU. And now the DRC chapter wanted to sit with the leadership board of the university to discuss a way we can be helping those students who are struggling to pay tuition and the rest, to find strategies and different ways we can help them so that they can finish their studies without having to pause or to drop out of the school. But also among the plans, we have key programs and initiative. We are trying to build a comprehensive but also a student database capturing contact, academic background, skills, and professional trajectories. And the foundation enables us to find well-organized communities. We are trying to find a way to level group for integration, support, academic procedures, housing survival tips, and also student needs. High-level groups for dissertation support, but also for internship, career, for also career transition and also advanced academic guidance. The alumni group also for jobs, scholarship, mentorship, and professional networking. The orientation group is a guide to secondary students in DRC and who aspire to join Cavendish. So we are creating a group of alumni in the DRC who will be approaching students at high school who wants to join Cavendish and guide them. Not only guide them, want to get the intake, but also throughout their studies and their time at Cavendish. And after that, they can also join the chapter. But on top of that, we also have we shall be offering also a mentorship program. We are establishing a mentorship network where alumni support students academically, professionally, but also personally. And this will bridge the gap between university life and real-world success. And on top of that, we shall be also organizing monthly webinars where we are organizing mostly webinars featuring industrial professionals, successful alumni, and experts from diverse fields. We have more to unveil, but it seems like time is against us. But we have a lot of plans for the Congolese students who are studying and the future ones who want to study at Cavendish. But also we are trying to gather the whole community of alumni students who are outside Uganda right now, in Congo and all across the globe. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. My name is Chudier Jinkol. That name is a little bit harder if you are not a native of my place. But you can simply call me JJ, Chudier JJ, so that you can easily understand my name. I'm the president for South Sudanese chapter. Today I'm really happy to be here as I observed all the protocol as read out before. You know, in South Sudan, there is so much war going on, so much economic hardships, and it's very difficult for most of our young students to join tertiary education, especially the university, because of the economic hardships they face every now and then due to war. So my first request to all of you here is to stand with us in finding peace, especially the Cavendish University, where we come from. Help us push our leaders, find durable solutions so that we can live as other people. Coming to our chapter, I'm so happy today that Cavendish University unveiled international chapters, because we have so much work to do in our chapters. As South Sudanese chapter, we already had plans ongoing. One of them is actually the gathering of information of the backgrounds of all the students. We are doing that actually right now. We also plan to to mentor our students who are continuing now at County University as we speak. We characterized our plan into three dimensions. One of them is strategic partnerships. Like for myself, I work with a refugee-led organization in West Nile. That's where I came from. And I believe that with opportunities we have, we can tap into them and actually present some of them to our continuing students, especially the refugees who are not accessing education in the refugee camps. Secondly, we want to venture into entrepreneurship for our students, alumni, and continuing students as well, so that they, instead of looking for jobs, they can actually create them. They could be creators who would help the rest of the world move forward. We are actually going to have a mentorship. This mentorship is going to be in two different ways. One of it is online mentorship, where we'll be organizing webinars and workshops with our students and alumni, and we learn from one another. The other one would be a face-to-face meeting, especially for the students who are currently studying at County University. Those of us who are around here in Uganda will join hands together and meet our young students who are continuing. Lastly, I urge County University, as I said before, to help us find peace in our country. As you know, right now, one of the alumni of County University is in detention, Honorable Pot Kang Chol, and is a high-profile alumnus of County University. So I urge all of you to help us push for durable solutions, dialogue, so that our country can become stable. Thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you so much. Standing on behalf of our president alumni is called Nabil Othman. He's not with us, he's in Tanzania, so I was allowed here in Uganda. I had to come and stand with him. So the speech is here from him. Yeah, I found everything which is here. I think people spoke everything. So I will go direct on what the plan for Tanzania alumni planning to do is alumni engagement. We aim to build a strong relationship among graduates with the university, creating chances to collaborate and grow. The second was career development. We will provide resources and support to help you in your career, including mentorship, workshop, and network events. The third one is service, community service. We are committed to give back to the communities through social initiative and the charitable projects. The last one, which is the core part that we're trying to look most, is support innovation and startup. As Tanzania alumni, many of us are building new ideas, businesses, and innovation. So we want a network to be a place where encouraging each other projects, share resources, and help new ideas to grow. So these are the plans for Tanzania. Sorry, I did not introduce myself. I'm called Faima Ibrahim. I am a media personnel working with Switch Africa Uganda, but also I'm a founder of Nuru Mind Initiative. So in Tanzania, we help young women in rural areas who are dealing with mental health issues connected with GBV using art therapy session. Yeah, thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. All protocols duly observed. My name is Ali Muhammad Awal. I'm the outgoing president of the Nigerian Student Association. I'll be writing my final exams this month, and hopefully also joining the Alumni Association. So I would like to be very brief. I would like to extend my gratitude on behalf of the Nigerian Student Association for this platform, as we value the strong connections between the students and the alumni. And we look forward to deeper collaborations between the alumni and the current students who are studying at the university. and we shall continue to uphold the values of Cavendish University. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you all speakers. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, friends, partners, and alumni. My name is David Olinga, and I have the honor of serving as the General Secretary on the Executive Committee. And I'm here to represent Uganda as well, and also our President, Ahmed Issa, who is unable to join us because he got delayed by a flight. And so I extend his warm greetings to you guys and the rest of the cabinet. Well, a lot has been said. I just want to give you guys like a sneak peek of what has been transpiring. We've been carrying out some underground work, and I'm sure some of the administrators are aware, and also some colleagues who have been in touch with. So to start off with what we've been doing, we've been having so far a benchmarking process whereby we've been going to different universities all over Uganda, some even international, those that we could access, to get an idea on how they execute their ideas, how they've managed to stand out. For example, if you look at Strathmore, Macquarie University, these are universities that have been there, and when you look at their alumni systems and communities, you will be shocked on what these guys have achieved and what they have done. And you know, so I did this with the minister. I think she's around. She's called Saidat, the publicity minister. You can wave to us. She's there. So we did this benchmarking. We managed to share a bit of the findings with our ED, and he approved on certain things. He provided guidance. And first things first, what I would like to also add onto that benchmarking, we found out that there were very many ideas. Actually, most of them you guys have pointed them out in terms of visibility, engagement, communication, and all that. So what we plan to do as the executive committee, this is tentative, but it's not yet in place because we want to do it collectively with everyone here. So we plan on having our inaugural meeting whereby we shall invite all the alumni or other alumnus, and we try to get feedback from you guys on what activities you think we can do, those that are feasible, and what we can commence with. Okay, so that meeting is planned to at least start off maybe in February, whereby we shall invite all the students. And on that perspective, we want to try to instill the spirit of alumni in students, and we plan on doing that in the week of orientation in new students. We don't want these guys, I believe most of you guys have heard of alumni when you just become alumni, okay? You didn't know that this actually existed, and I'm sure it would be of essence if we started this doctrine as soon as possible, whereby we have different alumni or people who have made it out there, who have defined their mark, come, engage with students in the orientation week, instill that spirit of being an alumni, and to know more what the alumni committee or the fraternity can do. Then I remember there was a question from the marketing director. He said, what do they expect from us at the association? Now the association, we have a lot to give back to you guys. That is in terms of mentorship. We have collaborations to bring in, because we have people who have made it big out there in the industry, who have new ideologies and can expand more and bring ideas back to the university. The ED mentioned something about incorporating new ideas in the curriculum or ideas. I believe there are people out there who are exposed, you know, every day, and with the technology that we have, things are evolving differently. So we can bring those ideas, incorporate them back in the system here at school, and we see how we can enable us, because I mean, success shouldn't stop at Cavendish, but it continues. Then for the visibility part, we looked at, or we had an idea of acknowledging alumni that have defined their mark out there. Like we can publish them in our magazines, on our media platforms. Of course, okay, those have been silent, but once we get full autonomous power, that should be granted by the administration, whereby I believe the ED is smiling. I don't know why, but yeah, I believe they should give us that, whereby we have a team that we can work with that will handle the media part, that will be constantly publishing, because as long as, just like we know media platforms, you have to have a consistent plan of engagement, publishing information out there, and how to interact with people, collecting feedback. So that is what we are trying to do. Have platforms that whereby we run on our own, we manage them. Then another part of visibility, this is going to give back to the university in a way of marketing. Here we plan on working with our marketing and finance team, whereby we can go to exhibitions in schools, whereby we preach the gospel of Cavendish, try to onboard them. And also we support our very own. There's a gentleman there who has been nominated for the African Union photography competition. I mean, these are people who need to be given their limelight, you know, give them their flowers when it's still possible. So that they ask, who is that gentleman? He's from Cavendish. Okay. So without saying a lot, the MC has said I've said a lot. Okay. Without saying much more, I think I'll conclude from here. And I urge you guys to please show up for these events. So far, this is a good number, but in the coming meetings, please show up and show your spirit. Thank you.
Please, let's celebrate them as they go back to their seat. These are the faces of our alumni chapters in different countries. Let's quickly welcome the representative of Nigerian High Commissioner, Mr. Aki, to give his remarks from the High Commissioner. Please let's clap our hands as we welcome Mr. Aki from the Nigeria High Commission.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today I didn't come with any speech. The ambassador was hoping to attend this event by himself, but he had an emergency. You know, now there's an appointment of ambassador, and so he's in Nigeria as part of his ambassadorial activities. So he asked me to stand in for him. And basically what I came here to do today is just to enjoy myself. And truly, I've enjoyed myself. I must say something is that, you know, Cavendish is, I'm not surprised by the good wills and good things that people have said about the university. Because as from the embassy, I can attest to the good things that Cavendish have truly done, to the way they've treated both students and staff across. I can testify from the Nigerian side. So, and it is one of those universities that at the High Commission we highly, highly recommend. But let me also say something to the alumni that are coming in. I think many of you are very fortunate to be in a truly international university. You know, Cavendish is the school that has come to show that you don't need to have international beside your name for you to become truly international. The university truly is an international university. I urge this thing to capitalize on this diversity, to the exposure, and gather as much as they can gather, because everybody relies on it. Your country depends on it. Even the school depends on it. The connection that you will make, the goodwill that will make. People have recommended foreign trades, even in their countries, and students too have also been recommended. I need to say that every alumni, everyone that have graduated from Cavendish is an ambassador of both the university and their country. So it is important to not see yourself as me. You need to see yourself as an ambassador. As a matter of fact, before you speak of your country, or before you speak of the university, people look at you. Your actions are what tells people of who you truly are. And that is why it is in your action. In fact, many people don't know Cavendish, but in the way you have carried yourself, in the way you have portrayed yourself, they ask you, which school did you finish from, or you are from which country. So when you hear people say Cavendish is good, it is not the wall and the structures or the building, it is the students that have made impact that I know that have led to those kind of comments. So I urge every student to not just take this opportunity to be part of the numbers. I don't think the VC is interested in the numbers, but the impact wherever you are. What we are asking is, wherever you are, make your own impact where you are. We are not asking you to touch the life of the next person. We are just saying where you are, do as much as you can do with the little in your own corner. Just do what you are expected to do in your own corner, be law abiding, promote the school within your own corner, and then watch how it begins to spiral in that effect. If everybody begins to do their thing in their own corner, then you'll find out that generally the job is done. But if you rely solely on one group it's just like the house that people have been, you have delegated 5 people to clean the house. If 4 does the job and 1 does not do, if you come inside, you are going to notice that something is missing. So it is something that everyone is required to do their part. Forget about the next person. Just do your part. Let it be on record that you speak well about the school. Carry yourself. Do the right thing as it is expected, because you are an ambassador of the university. I also need you to know that as the word in this current dispensation that we have, collaboration is the new competition that we have. So different associations should try as much as possible to collaborate. Pick from what is here, something that you feel like this association is doing that will be useful. In fact, that is what the whole essence of what countries do. What is in Uganda that will be useful to Nigeria? What is in Nigeria that will be useful to Uganda? We are asking you to pick up the same idea. What it is not competition as in competition. Depend largely on collaboration. Focus on collaboration. Try to pick from the next person, something that will be useful. Gather ideas. 2-3 people can do something that can be beneficial, that will portray the university and even your country and yourself, in a good way. I also want to suggest, as part of the development of the ways, the ways in which you can support or promote the alumni, is that I don't know if this will work, but I know that in some other universities in Nigeria, they try as much as possible to incorporate the final year students, have a lecture with them before they try and gather as much as possible information. Maybe you have a day activities to sensitize them on the actual the need for them to be members of the alumni, collaborate with the institution. And when it is time for graduations or this thing, the alumni also makes itself visible, in such a way that you know that they are there. They have a gift that you say this alumni has done on behalf for the school. And then with that, or you also have interaction with the university in such a way that it becomes like part of the program. Like for us, as we are graduating, we also have what we call the alumni receipt or something. So it is your own way of, you register and then they give you like is it a receipt? Something that, because something that makes you, that formally co-opt you into the alumni association. Because many people, if you leave it to them to do it by themselves, there's this general belief that I'm done with school, I'm done with this, but then the world has moved beyond that. You need people, even after graduation, you need to collaborate, there's no island, no one can do it all by themselves. And I also want to encourage maybe many of the members that are striving, but things are not going as they are striving, is for you to know that sometimes there are people that are in front of you, but they are not ahead of you. Just keep doing what you are doing, and you will find out that they are just in front, and before you know, you are overtaken. I believe I have the permission of the Vice Chancellor to say this. So this is my closing remarks to say, I think people should go into the world, preach the gospel about Cavendish. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Aki, for the great remarks on behalf of the High Commissioner and the few words of encouragement that you have shared with us. Yes, we're drawing the program to a close, and I must say that it has been a wonderful time being here today with the official unveiling of the Alumni Association and its international chapters. From what every one of them has shared with us, I think they all have great plans from what they have shared. I also, apart from being the MC, I also hold a very important position too. So let me also do a professional noise. I'm the General Secretary of the Nigerian chapter. Please clap for me. I also hold a very vital position in the alumni. So Mr. Bernard was asking me, what are your plans? I say for today, I only have MC plans. Maybe as the time goes on, I'm going to share more insights on what. But one of the things we want to do is the Chancellor of the university is from Nigeria, and it's important that we align ourselves with him. And those are one of the things we want to start with. And we're also going to implore the university to please work, fast track the registration procedure for the alumni chapters, international chapters, and the general body as well. And also one of the things we want to do is, I think from time to time, there are always education trade fair in Lagos, where international universities come to, pitch to get students. Those are one of the things we're planning to do, to go to these trade fairs, education trade fairs that are happening, and talk about the university. But and in the long and short of it, what we have done today is just to, I think it aligns a lot with what Mr. Fred has talked about, is the marketing of the university. That's what we ought to do by our good conduct, how we conduct ourselves, how we interact with other people and other universities. So before people ask of your nationality as a person, they must know that, yes, the values that you are projecting as an individual, connotes with the values of Cavendish University, and that's all what we're able to achieve today. So to take us to the last section of also there's how many of us have gotten a lunch coupon? Please, if you haven't gotten one, please get it from Natasha. From here, we're going to go to a lunch we have organized for you to be able to interact and know each other better. So let me please, with a clap and standing ovation, please let us welcome our Vice Chancellor. Let's give her a standing ovation and a clap as she gives us our closing remark, and we end the program for today. Thank you very much, ma.
Thank you very much. Please, let's resume our seats. Thank you very much. I was thinking about the protocol, and I realized that if I started naming it, I would end up mentioning everyone in the room. But let me have a go, and if I don't get there, everyone is very warmly recognized. The executive director, who has just stepped out to see off the representative from the Nigerian High Commission. Of course, we had our keynote speaker, Miss Fiona Wall. She's left, but we still recognize her. We enjoyed the keynote speech. The Dean of Students, the campus director. I noticed Diana from South Sudan. South Sudan or Congo? South Sudan. She was at, she did a BPH, so she doesn't know about a campus director because he's the campus director of the Mukono campus, and that is where public health is currently. So any others who are in that field, that is where we are. The campus director, the careers and employability manager, Natasha, thank you very much for organizing this. The sales and marketing director, Mr. Mufta, out there. He brings us the students who then become alumni. I can see so many others. The Wilson from the Quality Assurance Office. Then I can see His Excellency, the Guild President. He stepped out, but he's been here. Then I can also see the Guild President Emeritus, Brian Aruho. The Guild President Emeritus again, Miss, Your Excellency, let me not say Miss and then you throw me out of here. Your Excellency Pamela Franco Ayan. All the representatives of the national associations that we've launched here today, South Sudan, Nigeria, DRC, all of you, you're very, very welcome. I can see our guild president, our alumni association chairperson, the inaugural, none other than Mr. Okurut, and he's given us some wonderful remarks today. Yeah, so everyone in all your capacities, our alumni, our current students, you're all very welcome to today's event. And what I can only say, the only thing that can cross my mind is to say, what a momentous day. What a momentous day. You know, the Dean of the keynote speaker mentioned that there were a few people here. And I feel hurt that no one told her that the smallness of the size, the smallness of the audience was intentional. That was intentional because you are the leaders. So to see that our university, with all its tentacles in 48 countries, in all the non-continents of this world, is today spreading its tentacles to at least the 5 associations. That is amazing. And to hear what different people are doing, and to hear the different ideas around the room. I had people around the room saying all sorts of brilliant ideas, what they want to do for the university. So it is really a great day. I stand here with great pride, with honor, and a deep sense of privilege. And as I reflect on today's event, as I reflect on the closing, we had some very good remarks from the executive director. He gave us the acronym ACI. I won't ask, but I hope we all remember ACI. Advocacy, connection, and what? Oh, you are listening. Yeah, you are the true alumni of Cavendish University, Uganda. And he also went on, again I'm reflecting, he also went on to tell us about the key people whom we need in our lives. Any professional. Which 5 key people do you need in your life? And when I think of those people, I want to think of them in terms of the 4 C's and M. 4 C's and M. Similar to his, but I call them the 4 C's and M. You need a coach, who is not a mentor really, but a coach. You need a connector. A connector is synonymous with a sponsor. He will talk behind closed doors, or she will talk behind closed doors on your behalf and promote you. A critical friend. The critical friend may not be the competitor, but a critical friend, someone who will be the devil's advocate in your professional life. A confidant, and of course a mentee. Because if you're learning and you're not passing on that knowledge, then you don't want to become like a salty, like the Dead Sea. You know, you're receiving but are not taking out. So, of course, those words of encouragement, of inspiration from the ED, they remind us of why we are really here. We are here because we are launching the chapters in our different countries. And the keynote speaker said so much. She said so much to start us off, so much to inspire us. In fact, she gave me an idea. She said, why don't you start the African History Night? African History Night. Because, you know, we come from 48 different countries. All of them are not from Africa, granted, but we are from Africa. And, you know, we can make that night even better by making it a human library. So you have a Nigerian like Adediji. He's been doing a great job here. He can come up one evening and he's talking about Nigeria and his state of, what? Osho State. Yeah? Then we can have Christian standing in one night and he's telling us about the DRC. You know, so African night, but the human library. And then you can always tell us different chapters. So all those things are very important to us. This launch is a defining moment in our journey as a university. And of course, it's a defining moment in your journeys as graduates, as people, or as alumni. It's about affirmation that success does really begin at Cavendish, but that it does not end at graduation. Your success did not end at graduation. Success also continues after Cavendish. But when it continues after Cavendish, it does not continue on a flat line. It deepens, it widens, it broadens. And so I want to invite your commitment. At Cavendish University, Uganda, you have heard that we are proud to host 48 nationalities. So today, we want to build a robust international network of employable, entrepreneurial, and ethical leaders. Brian Aruho, His Excellency Emeritus, he spoke of a leadership hub. And at Cavendish, we talk about ethical leadership. In fact, we have a program called Giving Voice to Values. Giving voice to values would very comfortably sit within that leadership hub, because we want our alumni to stand out wherever they may be as ethical leaders. And we know that ethical leadership is one of the challenges in Africa and, of course, in the world. This association, this alumni association and the chapters, they are the architecture of our vision to be a center of excellence, innovation, and transformation. Some of you, when they recognized Miss Lawoko, Miriam, stand up for recognition, Miriam. So the alumni did not know her when she stood up, because she's a recent graduate. She graduated this year. She got the Best Female Award. I wonder where your millions are. I hope you still have at least a portion of them. But that is an example of transformation of an alumni. She came in as a young lady in the Faculty of Law, but she won so many moots. Moots are mock courts. She won so many moots that now so many people on the bench are the judges. They all know her. Are you working for any of the judges? Did you get a... Okay. She's currently working for a law firm. I almost didn't catch the accent, but I managed to grasp a few. Yeah, so that is the kind of transformation that we are talking about. But each of you in your different capacities, there is a lot of transformation that is happening. Those of you who are social media personalities, the representative from Halima, from Tanzania, you know, all of you, security studies, all of you are really doing a lot. And it is true, we need to touch the other alumni who have stayed behind. If you are in a class of 100 or 50, where are your alumni? Do you have a WhatsApp group with them? If you do, what do you do on that WhatsApp group? You need to be building each other. And first of all, you need to bring them to the alumni chapter. Let me state unequivocally, clearly, and firmly that our commitment to you as alumni did not end at graduation, and it does not end here. You just had Edie. He mentioned, he told the Guild President Emeritus Aruho that he needs to form a group, a WhatsApp group of all alumni presidents since 2008. And he said, we will support them. And indeed, we will support them. What do we require of our graduates, of our alumni? We can guarantee that we are going to enable and encourage lifelong learning. And has been prevalent here, the kind of things you've been looking out for. We want to offer you executive education. We want to continue offering English because you want to reach out to the students from your countries who are studying with us. And we'll continue offering all that. We want to offer education, continuing education in all kinds of fields. You have heard, we have got Ripen, the world's leading practical, hands-on platform where we solve real life, real-time problems, challenges. We have Coursera, where you can, access any of the universities in this world. You can access them and you can learn. And what benefit can you get as alumni? You can have access to these offerings. Research. Some of you may want to do research. There's a student who reached out to me yesterday, an alumni. he said he's launching a song on human rights. And so he wants to put Cavendish in the video, you know. So whatever you do, we want to support you. We want you to be, we want to set that tone as thought leaders in whatever field, and to invite you to join us as we provide thought leadership in our different countries. Thought leadership in Africa, but why not thought leadership in the world? Because we come from everywhere. We want to build global bridges, and someone mentioned that here, that you know these chapters are bridges. We want to show off your exceptional skills to the world. That is what we call building bridges. Someone is in Ghana, they don't know what you're doing in DRC. We build that bridge. And we also want to fuel innovation and enterprise. Innovation and enterprise. There's a gentleman who was telling me, one of our alumni, Cole is the name Cole? Cole, yeah. Cole was telling me that he did Bachelor of Public Administration and Management, but now he is into changing of people's lives, transforming of people's lives. He's working with refugee camps, and now he wants to come back and do a Masters of International Relations and Diplomacy. But he doesn't have the funds. So to support our alumni, it is not, but to support our alumni, we are going to support Cole to come and do his Masters of International Relations and Diplomacy. And then he'll continue carrying on, he'll keep on carrying the torch of Cavendish. To our alumni, you are our partners, you are our ambassadors, and you are our future. I encourage you to stay connected, to lead boldly, wherever you may be, lead boldly. To our students, because I can see some, please tag on to our alumni. Okay? Don't wait, especially I'm happy that the guild leadership is here. They've been talking about finding you in first semester at orientation. And then someone else mentioned, no, we will go and find you in the last year. But I think it is important that the guild gets a direct connection with the alumni association and with the chapters, so that every semester is like church. If you only tell them one Sunday that love one another, next Sunday they will have forgotten. They'll have gone for others' wives. They'll be stealing. Then you repeat, love one another, and then you keep on repeating until the message drives home. So please, the guild, work with the alumni association and keep our students engaged. Let them know what the alumni can do for them. I encourage us to ensure that in whatever we do, we lift others up. Lift others up. Open a door for another alumni. The keynote speaker mentioned that when we are, she mentioned that when we are, when she what did she called it? She called it the campus effect. And she said 30 years from now, who will be the people at your table? Who will be those people at the table? There will be the alumni. But it doesn't just come like that, just because you are an alumni. It is because of the connections that happened along the way. So thank you very much. I want you to embrace your weird. That is what the keynote speaker told us. Embrace your weird. What is your weird? As an alumni, what is your weird? As a national chapter, what is your weird? Embrace your weird, because it may be that weird that will set you up on a pivot. I thank you so very much. I thank you very much for your time, the time that you've committed to come and attend this awesome launch. I want to thank the organizers very much. I want to thank the MC Adedeji. I want to thank you all very much for your contribution. And as I end, it is really to encourage you. Success begins at Cavendish and continues at Cavendish. Go forth and embrace your weird. Thank you.
Yeah, let's keep clapping as she goes back to her seat. Thank you very much, Ma, for that wonderful speech. At this point, we shall be closing on the event. I want to thank everyone who has contributed and everyone who has been a part of this event today. I think we've learned quite a lot. Personally, for me, I've learned quite a lot of things talking about the ACI. I think everybody is more in tune with the ACI from the ED, right? That's what most of us are really going to take home is advocacy, connection, and impact. I think we're going to add that to one of the slogans of the alumni chapter, the advocacy part, the connection, and the impact. And I believe that as we leave here to our various countries, thank you, South Sudan. I think most of them flew in from South Sudan. That's very impressive. Thank you very much for coming all the way from South Sudan. Really appreciate. Let's appreciate them for coming. We appreciate those that also came from Tanzania, those that came from DRC, and all that. It's been a wonderful time here. But I also want to say that this era is a new era for the university. It's going to be a very impactful one. That, like I've said, the slogan of the alumni is "Success continues after Cavendish." We are very interested in the success of our students beyond just bringing them to the school. Someone cracked a joke that the only time that you see a post on social media is when they want to get new students. But that's going to change from now, I can promise you. That we're going to be focused on what happens to you after you leave the university as well. So we're going to do a lot of social media engagement, which is part of what we have raised, that we need to celebrate our own. The truth is that nobody will blow our trumpet for us if we don't blow it. We might be doing much more. Our alumni might be doing much more than other universities, but they don't have the visibility. So we are going to start celebrating our own, as no achievement is little. Also, I want us to use the opportunity to support one of us who has been nominated for the African Union and a European Union photo, something we need to support him. And I want to thank everybody. The lunch we are having is going to be at Paradise Restaurant, just on the ground floor. So we need to find our way after now to go to the ground floor. Also, we started with the opening prayer we cannot do, but also end with a closing prayer. So I'm going to invite Mr. James Okurut to give us the closing prayer while we proceed to have lunch and do a lot of networking after now. Please let us welcome Mr. James Okurut for the closing prayer.
So now I'm the pastor today. Let's all rise up and share this prayer. Let's bow our heads. Lord Father, in your midst, we put all our thoughts that have been happening in this meeting. We pray that you come into the midst of each one of us. What we've discussed here, we'll be in position to put it out there and grow fruits that we shall be in position to celebrate over the years. Lord Father, we thank you for the administration of Cavendish University, for the people who have organized this function. We thank you for the chapters, and we ask for your guidance in whatever we do out there. And Lord Father, for all the alumni who are out there, may they be part of this, may they grow with us, may they flourish with us. And Lord Father, we thank you and bless your name. And all this we pray through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that closing prayer. Please let us proceed to Paradise Restaurant for the lunch. And please let us try to network, share contacts, and meet everyone as much as possible. Also, we use the opportunity to also pray for peace in South Sudan as well. God bless us, and God bless Cavendish University. Thank you very much.